playing in this ballpark cause you, especially early in the game, to manage differently. Here comes the infield in, the pitch. Strike, I should say, ball misses away. Very close. That one at 92. 1 ball, 2 strikes. But it looks like the Rockies are trying to prevent a run, even in a ballpark that affords itself a lot of runs.
Sometimes you do it when you got, especially goes the type of pitcher you have. If you got a guy who's a fly ball pitcher, you wouldn't do that. But when you look at Bergman, he's a good sinker ball pitcher. He works quick, works in the strike zone. So you take that opportunity in that first inning.
1-2 hit in the air to left. Dickerson back. He can't get it. And one hops off the wall. Jeanette trots in to score. Lucroy hustling in with a double. And the Brewers open with a 1-0 lead. And you hear the chants of Luke.
Yeah, I'll tell you, hear it in Colorado. It's great. But Luke got a ball up over the plate. Looked like he tried to throw a breaking ball and just got overplayed. And Luke stays back on the ball with 2 strikes. He's so good at staying back and being patient. Got a pitch to hit. Drove it over to left fielder's head for a double.
Yeah, that's the second 2-bagger in the inning for the Crew. Another $50 to the Mac Fund, courtesy of West Bend, the silver lining. And now Carlos Gomez coming up. Brewers lead 1-0 here in the first. Gomez at .312. Stands in the back of the box, slightly open stance. The pitch, swinging a foul back, big rip. Augie, you're right on so far. 11 of his 15 pitches have been for strikes.
Well, they said he's a strike thrower, and that's one reason he got to the big leagues so quick. He's aggressive in the strike zone.
0-2, swinging a comebacker past the mound towards second. Hops off second base to Tulowitzki. He'll snap throw down to third, and Lucroy is back. Well, Bergman let it go. I don't know if he could have gotten down there in time anyway. Then LeMahieu fielded that ball right at the bag. It's going to be a base hit.
I think right there you have to give a little credit to the base. It kind of was coming slow and looked like LeMahieu was going to make an easy play on it. But when he hit the base, hit that little skip, tough ball to play, and it kind of misjudged the ball a little bit.
I thought he would come in front of the bag to play it. But Gomez runs so well, who knows if he would have been out anyway. Brewers have first and third with 1 out, a run in, 1-0 Crew here in the top of the first. That base hit extends Gomez's hitting streak to 16 games. Here's Aramis Ramirez. He's been hot lately, hitting at .274. Toss over to first. Gomez is back. There goes Gomez, swinging a ground ball to third. Fair ball and trickling toward the left field corner. Lucroy is in. Gomez around third. He will be waved home and will score on the 2-run double by Aramis Ramirez, and the Brewers open with a 3-0 lead. Runs batted in, number 32 and 33 for Ramirez. The Brewers' third double of the inning, and another $50 to the Mac Fund, courtesy of West Bend, the silver lining.
Well, you really have to like the way Aramis Ramirez is swinging the bat. He's been hitting .321 since he's coming off the DL. But right there, got a pitch down and in. Is quick enough down and understands what he has to do, protecting the plate, put a good swing on it. Was able to drive the ball past the third baseman Rutledge for a double.
And now here's Chris Davis. .12 home runs, 34 RBIs, hitting at .261. As Ramirez on at second, still only 1 out. Bergman in his third ever major league start. Another set and the pitch. And it's down low, ball 1. Here's the 1-0. Swinging a ground ball toward third, in between, outfielded nicely by Rutledge. He'll throw on to first for the out. Ramirez has to stay put. 2 gone, and Lyle over base coming up. Well, what's Bergman thinking in his third major league start, having faced a lineup like this?
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're aggressive in a strike zone, things are going to happen.
Swinging a soft ground ball to second. He might get out of it with just the 3. LeMahieu will throw on to first to retire the final batter. And the inning is through. Brewers strike for 3 runs on 4 hits and a man left. We're through a half inning from Coors Field. Brewers 3, the Rockies coming up.
Are you afraid you'll...
Wisconsin's radio station and home of the Packers, Brewers, and Bucks. News Radio 620 WTMJ and WTMJ HD Milwaukee.
I'm Joe Block along with Jerry Augustine and Shannon Scott, our producer engineer here in Denver at Coors Field. Brewers leading 3-0 and turning to right-hander Marco Estrada.
Yeah, Marco Estrada is making his 16th start. He's given the Brewers 7 quality starts. He's 5-4 with a 4.82 ERA and trying to figure it out. Having a little bit of an issue at giving up home runs, and it all comes back probably with Marco getting back to basics and getting ahead of hitters, don't walk in people, and keep the ball down in the zone.
And he will face Charlie Blackmon to lead it off, left-handed batter. And he takes a little low, ball one. Three-two again from Estrada. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Blackmon down on strikes to start off the Rockies first.
Right there, he had a 3-2 pitch, came back with a changeup and got Blackmon off his front foot and was able to strike him out. That's the one thing that's really going to help. We see the grip right there, the ball going down. When Marco can get the ball down in the zone, get strikes down the zone, that's going to make his changeup all that more effective.
So a good start for Estrada. Here's Corey Dickerson, another lefty batter, hitting at .326. 8 home runs, 24 RBIs. Filling in left field for the injured Carlos Gonzalez. Ramirez in even with the bag at third. The first pitch right on the outer edge. A fastball in for a strike at 89. Swing and a line drive into left. That's a base hit. Corey Dickerson singles the left. He's aboard with 1 out, and Major League Baseball's best hitter so far, Troy Tulowitzki, coming up. He has been the best, leading baseball in batting average. He's second in the National League in home runs, 4th in RBIs. And get this, he's hitting .477 here at Coors Field.
So you're saying he doesn't make many outs?
No, almost more hits than outs here, at least. Dickerson, a moderate threat to run, not going. First pitch, and there's strike one. Swinging a ball belted into the gap in right center. That's a base hit. Braun hustling over to cut it off. Dickerson goes to third, and it's a double for Tulowitzki. Rockies with second and third and 1 out.
Right there, Marco tried to get a fastball up in the zone past him right there, and Tulowitzki, being a good hitter he was, didn't try to do too much, got the ball up, hit the ball into right field for a double.
So now the Rockies with 2 men in scoring position and 1 out. Brewers leading 3-0. Justin Morneau coming up. Left-handed batter hitting at .297. He's healthy and hitting in this friendly ballpark. 11 home runs, 44 RBIs. Rests his bat on his shoulder. And the pitch. Swing and a foul tip. Strike one. Dickerson at third. Tulowitzki on at second with 1 out. Ryan Braun is playing very deep and shaded toward the line and right. Swinging a little poke into shallow left center. Davis coming on. Gomez is there, and it's off the glove of Gomez. Dickerson is in. Tulowitzki behind him, and the Rockies score a pair. Morneau standing at second, and it's 3-2 Brewers.
Just like it looked like it was a communication thing. You know, when you play in this ballpark, it is so vast, Joe, that communication in the outfield plays a big role, especially because there's a lot of ground to cover. You're running at full speed, so communication is going to be real big. And I think what happened right there, I don't think Chris Davis quite heard Gomez being able to catch the ball, ran right in front of him and maybe distracted him just a little bit.
Yeah, the center fielder's ball, and Davis was right to go after it as long as he did. They've yet to rule on that one, but 2 runs are in. 3-2 Brewers. Here's Willeen Rosario, the power hitting, right-handed batting Rockies catcher. Give him a double. Here's the pitch. And a foul back and strike 1. And they make the right call there. Double and 2 RBIs for Morneau, only because it was. We didn't know if either outfielder could get there. I was impressed that both outfielders were able to get to the spot where that ball was going to be. 1 out. Here's the pitch. Rosario hits it on the ground toward first. Overbay playing way off the line as usual, and no one's going to be there to cover first base. And Rosario has an infield single. And Estrada, I don't know if he didn't get off the mound in time or what, but he's got to know that Overbay's customarily for right-handed batters plays way off the line.
Well, anytime when you're a pitcher, anytime the ball is hit to your if you're a right-hand pitcher to your left or to the right side, you have to break the first base. And right there, I think the way the ball was hit, Marco thought it was going right to Scooter Gennett would be an easy play right there, and didn't get that good break. You have to get over to first base. As soon as that ball is hit, each and every time, make that break, and if you see it go to the second baseman, you can then stop. I think right there that was a mental error on Marco Estrada.
There have been no errors in this inning, but the Brewers should be out of this inning now with 1 run. Instead, first and third with 1 out, and Brandon Barnes is coming up. It's 3-2 Brewers here in the first inning. Barnes at 287, 2 home runs, both of those inside the park, 9 RBIs. And there goes the runner. Rosario on a strike, down to second, and a 1-hop throw, and Rosario with his first stolen base of the year. Augie Rosario never runs, and for Marco Estrada, that's the 10th stolen base that he's allowed this year, and I think they stole it on the pitcher, not the catcher there.
I agree with you. I think what happened right there, they have something on Marco, and it looked like Rosario right on the first movement was off to second base. So I thought they stole the base on Marco that time.
Swing and a miss and a ball in the dirt. Barnes will take off toward first. Lucroy will throw him out there. That's the second out. Second and third with 2 away, and Josh Rutledge is coming up. Here's Rutledge hitting at .333 in part-time action. And the pitch. And strike 1. Starts him off with a fastball. Swinging a comebacker to the mound. Stabbed by Estrada. He'll toss on to first for the out. And the inning is over. Well, he bends but does not break. Rockies get a pair on 4 hits and strand 2 in scoring position through an inning from Coors Field. Already suited to be a wild one. Brewers 3, Colorado 2.
Get unbelievable savings Friday, June 20th through Sunday, June 22nd during
620 WTMJ.
Second inning coming up. Brewers 3 and Colorado 2. Segura, Estrada, and Gennett coming up. 8, 9, and 1 for the Brewers. Here's the pitch. Swinging a high fly ball deep to left field. Dickerson back toward the corner, looking up, and there it goes. Just over the wall in deep left center field. Gene Segura with his 3rd home run of the year, and the Brewers have a 4-2 lead.
We talked about the aggressiveness of Bergman right there. It was an 0-1 pitch, tried to come with a fastball and a little outside part of the plate, and Segura did a nice job. He went out, got it, and was able to drive the ball out of the ballpark.
And his 3rd home run. Here's Estrada and taking a strike, and that is no cheapie. It's 390 to left center, and then the wall turns and heads towards center field, the 0-1. And strike 2 to Estrada. What do you say, 400? Maybe 405. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Down and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Boy, it's really good to see Segura the last few games. It seems like he's starting to think up the middle way, being a little bit more patient at the plate.
1-2 pitch. Estrada loops it down the right field line, but foul. Still 1-2. Well, you never know in this park. I mean, we've seen some balls. I mean, even the Rockies on Lucroy's double, Corey Dickerson was kind of a line drive. Here's the 1-2. Estrada takes away 2-2. And he kind of waited on it. It's tough to see a line drive coming at you. And before he knew it, it was well over his head. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swinging a ground ball toward third in the hole. Base hit. Past Tulowitzki and Marco Estrada with a base hit. The Brewers have already cracked 6 hits the first time around in their order. And back to the top for Scooter Gennett, who doubled his first time. This is a tough place for a young pitcher to have confidence. Are you glad that this place didn't exist in the big leagues?
Very glad.
When you pitched?
Well, you just have to be so fine, and you come in here, you can't change your style. You still have to pitch the way you pitch, but you really have to make sure that you keep the ball in good zones.
And a check swing roller up first. Gennett will be out at first. Morneau will toss it on to the pitcher covering as Gennett halted up the baseline. He did that to allow Estrada to get into second base. And now a runner there with 1 out. And Ryan Braun is coming up. 4-2 Brewers here in the second.
Boy, that is something. Ryan Braun playing in his 1000th game. That is amazing. It seems like just a few years ago he was coming up and joining a team in San Diego.
12th Brewer to play in 1,000 games. Ricky Weeks has also done that. Here's the first pitch. Swinging a foul back. Strike 1. Here comes the 9th pitch of this at bat. And a strike 3 call. Bergman finally got his man as Braun strikes out looking for the second out.
Bergman made a nice pitch on the inside part of plate. Just could have been a little bit down a little bit, but probably too close to take for Ryan. But a good at bat for Ryan right there.
I'll see how his hands feel after that. Fouling off 7 pitches in that at bat. He wore him down. So now 2 gone. Estrada on at second. 4-2 Brewers in the second. Here's Jonathan Lucroy. Run scoring double back in the first. And the first pitch. And he takes a strike. Started him off with a slider. Pitch. Swinging a liner. 1 hop to second base. LeMahieu playing back has it. Throws on the first for the out, and the inning is through. Brewers get a run on the home run by Gene Segura. Strand Estrada at second. We're through an inning and a half from Coors Field. It's the Brewers 4 and the Rockies 2.
There's nothing more enjoyable than catching up.
Details.
Colorado coming to bat in the bottom of the second. Brewers leading 4-2. DJ LeMahieu, Christian Bergman, Charlie Blackmon. 8, 9, and 1 coming up for the Rockies. Facing Marco Estrada, and could have had better fates in that first inning. He didn't get over to play first base or cover first base. Gomez and Davis both get to a ball in the gap, which was great, but it didn't land in either one's glove. Or it didn't stay in there.
Well, one thing Marco did there is he limited the damage, and that's what you have to do as a starting pitcher. And your team came back, you got a run. Segura hit the big home run. Now you have to come out and go right after the hitters and put up a 0. The best thing you could do as a pitcher after your team scores, get that 0, get your team back in the dugout.
So LeMahieu will lead it off, hitting at .253. 2 home runs, 19 RBIs. Marco Estrada has thrown 26 of his 30 pitches for strikes. And the first pitch. And there's strike one right on the outer edge. Why is that important for Estrada?
Well, he's got to get ahead. I think two keys for him is keeping the ball down. Secondly, getting ahead.
0-1. And that's a little low. 1 ball, 1 strike.
You know, one thing, Marco has very good control. He's good command. Now it's just a matter of being consistent with the command.
Now the 1-1 pitch. LeMahieu takes a strike. And a low fastball in there. 1-2. Estrada in his last start did not walk anybody. That's usually not that big of a deal. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ball looped into right. Braun playing deep, coming on. He'll play it on a hot base hit. But Estrada's walks have been up. Usually not a guy that walks hardly anybody, but those walks have been a problem tonight so far. Not at all.
You know, the one thing we're seeing with Marco so far in the ball game, we're seeing a lot of 2-strike hits going the opposite way. Sometimes that's an indication that you're not making the other team conscious of the inside part of the plate. So this would be something to look for with Marco as the game goes on.
Christian Bergman, the pitcher, coming up. He'll square to bunt. Runner goes as the pitch comes in, and a swing and a miss. And I believe he just missed it. Yes, he did not foul tip it. LeMahieu with another steal. And the Rockies have been running pretty much at will against Estrada. An easy situation, though, to lose sight of the base runner because I just think the guy's just going to bunt him over. Now you don't necessarily need to. Corners are in. If you do, you've sent him to third base here. Let's see what Bergman does. Squaring to bunt. And bunting here foul. And it's 2 strikes to him. Now let's see how the Brewers play it.
Right there, Marco got strike 1 on the first pitch. Came back with a breaking ball. Tough pitch for a pitcher who doesn't usually get a lot of at-bats to put the ball in play. So good pitch by Marco right there.
Bergman is 1 for 3 with a single, but he's squaring to bunt here with 2 strikes. And he'll bunt it foul, and he's out. Well, he moved the runner over because he stole the base. And Bergman is waiting to be informed. Telegram had not arrived that he had struck out. Now he's going back to the Rockies dugout. 1 away and back to the top for Charlie Blackmon. Sendik's Food Markets donates $100 to the Mac Fund for every stolen bag by the crew. When you see the red bag, you know it's quality. Sendik's. Blackmon struck out on an 8-pitch at bat back in the first. Here's the pitch. Swinging a pop-up. Toward the mound, Estrada, now Lucroy, now Ramirez, calling everybody off. He'll make the catch. In foul ground, Blackmon pops out foul to third. 2 gone. LeMahieu on at second. And Corey Dickerson coming up. 4-2 Brewers in the second.
We talked about Marco and that changeup, how effective it is when you can get in the strike zone, keeping the ball down. Exactly what he did right there. Threw a fastball, got him off that front foot, and popped him up in the infield.
Here's Corey Dickerson, a base hit. Came around to score back in the first. Estrada comes to the set, checks the runner, and the pitch. And it's over for a strike. Got a curveball in there. Shadows now jagged along the outfield. Home plate area is still in shadows, but the mound area and most of the infield illuminated as the sun sets here in Denver. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and it darts inside. A fastball missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. Estrada has his side. Now collects the hands together. LeMahieu leads. He's already stolen second. Here's the pitch. And that's on the outer edge for a strike. 1-2. Ryan Braun still playing very deep in right field. He has for every left-handed batter tonight. Trying to keep that ball in front of him. Here's the 1-2. High and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Last time Dickerson came around, had a base hit. Four-2 Brewers in the second. Here's the set and the 2-2 pitch. Swinging a ground ball, slowly hit towards short. Segura charges bare hands and he can't get a base hit. Runner is coming home. Segura picks it up, throws on the home. He's safe. And the Rockies get a gift run. It's now 4-3. Infield single for Dickerson. And when Segura didn't pick that ball up, as soon as he kind of ignored it for a moment and let it trickle by him, LeMahieu saw it all the way, came in to score.
You know, the one thing right there, the reason LeMahieu was able to score was his good hustle off the base. Second base, right there going to third base. Even though the ball was on the ground, he knew it was going to be a tough play. Hustled, and when the ball went by Segura, he just kept on running and was able to score.
And it's a run batted in for Dickerson. Well, that's at least 2 runs tonight. Brewers have had some mental lapses in the field, and that have allowed runs to score. Toss over to first. Dickerson is back. Well, you look at this inning. LeMahieu with a base hit. Okay, no problem. But he steals second on a bunt attempt that was pulled back. There goes the runner again. Pitch is down and away, and another stolen base for Colorado. Corey Dickerson swipes his 5th. What's going on with Estrada holding on runners?
Well, I'll tell you one thing they're doing when Marco goes to his stretch position. As soon as he makes that first move, they're off. And I think what they're looking at that front foot. Sometimes when you look at different pitchers, you look at that back foot that comes up, the heel comes up off the ground. But it seems like the Colorado Rockies have something with Marco Estrada. As soon as there's movement, they're taking off second base, and they've been successful.
They might have a tell. Is that what you're saying? Here's Troy Tulowitzki. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and there's a ball down low, 2-0. They might see something. They have a tell.
There must be something in Marco's delivery, and it might be, I was looking at his front foot right there, but it might be some movement with his shoulder, something in the way he stands on the mound that it gives away that they're going to go on first pitch, or first movement, I should say.
They've already stolen 3 bases off of him. We're in the second inning. Here's the pitch coming, and that one's in the dirt. 3-0. Curveball missed to Tulowitzki. 4-3 Brewers lead here in the second. Both teams have scored in each half inning so far. Estrada comes set. Here's the 3-0, and it's outside. He's walked Tulowitzki on 4 pitches. Augie, you were right on. We talked about this at dinner tonight too. The Brewers have really been a very good fielding team this year, and tonight, not in this ballpark and not against this offense. You can't give this team. There's been no errors, but a few mental lapses have given the Rockies an extra chance, and so far 2 of their 3 runs have scored as a result of some miscues. Here's Justin Morneau, a 2-run double back in the first. 4-3 Brewers in the second. Here's the pitch. Curve on the outer edge for a strike.
And you talk about the Colorado Rockies are taking advantage of. They know the field, they know the way it plays, and it's a different field. Ball plays a little bit differently here because of the size of the field. But the pitch that they just scored, LeMahieu just scored on, was just a good hustle by LeMahieu.
Here's the 0-1 pitch, and it's outside, a ball and a strike. Well, that has caused Estrada to throw extra pitches in this inning. With 2 outs, Dickerson reaching on an infield single. Now a walk to Tulowitzki. Here's the 1-1. Swinging a deep drive to right field. Braun turns around, and there it goes. A 3-run laser home run for Justin Morneau. And the Rockies lead it 6-4. And already tonight, 5 RBIs for Morneau.
You know, we talk about Marco and making pitches and making mistakes. Right there, he wanted a pitch on the inner half of the plate. Just got it up over the plate. That looked like Jonathan LaCroix right there was sitting on the inside part of the plate. Trying to get Morneau conscious on the inside pitch. Marco went through the pitch on the inside part of the plate, missed with it, came back over the middle of the plate, and Morneau was able to drive the ball out of the ballpark.
That is the 24th home run allowed by Estrada this year. 6-4 Rockies. We're still in the second inning. And a swing and a ground ball towards second base. Overbay hustles back to the bag. Jeanette throws out Rosario, and that ends the inning. Rockies strike for 4 more. On 3 hits, no one was left through 2 innings from Coors Field. Colorado 6, Brewers 4.
The 620 WTMJ Classic Free Ride is still cruising around Wisconsin, and it's headed your way. Just how cool is the ride?
I got to admit, I just like standing next to it because it does make me look a lot cooler when I'm standing next to this beautiful car.
Head to WTMJ.com to find out how you can snag the key.
On Wisconsin's Morning News, weekday mornings at 5 on the home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ.
Third inning coming out from Colorado. Wild one here today already. Rockies 6, Brewers 4 through 2 innings. Gomez, Ramirez, and Davis coming up. And a note on Marco Estrada. Not a great number to pass along, but he's now allowed home runs in 12 consecutive starts, tying Jeff Suppan and Ruben Cavedo for the team record. Both did so over multiple seasons. Estrada's now given up 24 home runs. Here's Gomez, is swinging a ground ball foul up the third base line. Strike 1. Good news is runs seem to be easy to be had here tonight, so Brewers could certainly find a way to get some right back.
Yeah, this is a hitter's ballpark. There's no question about it.
Now the pitch. And it's on the outer edge, 0-2. Coors Field, site of the most runs per game in baseball on average. 0-2 to Gomez. Pop foul and out of play. Average 12 runs a game in this ballpark.
That
average.
is amazing.
Between the two teams. So that's 6 apiece if you think about that. That'll blow your mind. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Gomez chased one high and out of the zone. Fastball at 87. He strikes out to start the third, and Ramos Ramirez is coming up. Now here at Coors, most home runs per game in any ballpark in the National League. That's to be expected. And in all the baseball, the highest combined batting average is here. Both teams combined to hit over 300 here at Coors Field. Here's the pitch. Ramirez takes a little low, ball 1.
I think you said, Joe, back in the first inning, wasn't after the Brewers hit that when we have 3 runs scored and we still have a long way to go?
Oh, yeah. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And there's a strike, 1-1. Well, look at how this one lined up today. Bergman, who is making his 3rd major league start, And we were waiting to see if Estrada could turn it around. And again here today we've seen flashes. The pitch outside, and it's 2 balls and a strike. And I don't mean to downplay the fact that he's given up 6 runs in 2 innings. I mean, there's no discounting that. The pitch, wave and a miss, 2 balls and 2 strikes. But he's thrown so many strikes and a lot of quality strikes. He's been ahead of a lot of hitters. But again, the home run ball. I mean, you go from a 4-3 lead, maybe you get out of the inning, to down 6-4. The home run balls have been hurting him. And speaking of getting hurt, a line drive off the leg of Bergman. It hit him in the upper thigh area. Ramirez is safe at first on a base hit, and here comes Walt Weiss. The Rockies already have 4 starting pitchers on the DL, and Bergman was struck flush. Luckily, the thigh is a little bit of a meatier area, but whole cavalcade of Rockies personnel gathering at the mound to see if he's okay. Let's hope so. His mitt popped off too.
At first when it hit him, I thought it got him in the pitching hand, but it looks like it got him off the thigh, and the glove hand is where they're starting to take a look at.
No, they are looking at his right hand, Augie. You're right. It got his leg, but it also knocked his glove off, and his hand, of course, in that glove at that time. And they're feeling out his hand. Now that's, you hate to hear that. Now there's some stirring in the Colorado pen just in case. Now that is his left hand. That is not his pitching hand. But Jordan Lyles, one of the Rockies, probably their best starters so far this year. He had his hand broken, his glove hand, and pitched with it for a couple of innings before he realized that he couldn't deal with the pain anymore. So the Rockies have already gone through something like this with one of their starting pitchers already this year. That was just a couple of weeks ago.
Well, you know the ball's hit back, you still have your glove, but sometimes the movement you make, that glove kind of gets loose on your hands, and then it looked like it got him in the fingers of. Glove might have came off and got him in the fingers a little bit, and that's where he's having a little bit of an issue.
Yeah, well, I think the telltale test was Bergman could shake the hand of the trainer and put some strength on it, and that convinced the Rockies to allow him to throw a couple warm-up tosses and stay in the game, at least for now. His battery mate Willeen Rosario also, he got hit with a pitch on a hand, and it's just such a tender area. There's nothing there, and it might be fine right now, but maybe not for the duration. Well, he's thrown 2 pitches, and let's see if the Rockies leave him out there. I think they're going to. Yep. So Bergman's going to stay in the game, and that's good news. Never want to see anybody get hurt. So again, struck with his in the glove hand and knocked his glove off, then hit him in the leg and bounced toward first base. So Ramirez on at first after a single. That's the Brewers' 7th hit. Rockies with 7 hits, leading 6-4 here in the 3rd. Here's Chris Davis, and he takes outside, ball 1. Davis bounced to third his first time. Now the set, the pitch, and a strike in there. Got a slider over. 1 ball, 1 strike. Davis with great power. Said before the game he was looking forward to playing here. He swings and got underneath it. Hit it high in the air to left, deep. Dickerson back, looking up, and there it goes. That ball just kept on carrying to left. Really a fly ball that kept on going to the second row in left, and Chris Davis with his 13th home run, and the Brewers have tied it at 6.
You know, that's amazing. You see a ball hit like that, a towering home run, but the ball got up. You thought it might be a fly ball deep left field, and just seemed to carry right there. Right there, you got a fastball on the inside part of plate, put a good swing on it. High, towering ball that just carried out of the ballpark.
Well, that's a testament to Davis's power. Home run number 13, another Wisconsin Lottery Powerball home run. Tying the game at 6 here in the third. Here's Lyle Overbay and takes outside ball 1. Overbay bounced out his first time. 3 men on the right side of the infield. The pitch, swinging a ground ball right to the second baseman. LeMahieu playing in shallow right, throws on to first. That gets the second out. And Gene Segura, who homered his first time, is coming up.
Well, you talk about pitches and hitting pitches and being able to command the strike zone and as a pitcher, but when you're in this ballpark, you really have to command the strike zone. You can't make mistakes out over the plate, because if they put a good swing, get a good part of bat on it, the ball just seems to carry it. That home run, I thought,
I didn't think it was
short
a home
fly
run.
ball.
Yeah.
And boy, it carried.
Yeah, first pitch, and it's in for a strike. I apologize if my home run calls sound a little surprising, like Segura's home run as well, which was in the first row. There's strike 2. Davis is winning the second or third row, but he got underneath it. Any other ballpark, that is an easy fly ball out. But because of his strength and this rare air here, it just kept on going. 0-2. Swinging a deep fly ball to left. This one's good and back there, and Dickerson looking up, and there it goes. Another home run for Gene Segura. A line drive to left. His second home run today. And the Brewers have retaken the lead 7-6.
There he goes. You make that mistake over the middle of the plate. The ball was down. Gene Segura put a good swing on it. Drove the ball out of the ballpark.
For Segura, he hit 2 home runs all year. He's hit 2 home runs his first 2 times up tonight.
Right there, you talk about pitches and getting in locations of pitches. Ball, just like his first time up, ball on the inside part of plate. Opened up his hips, got his bat through the zone, and drove the ball out of the ballpark.
First career 2 home run game for Segura. Here's Marco Estrada backing away from strike 1. Well, the Brewers, after bowing their heads, the Rockies scoring 4 times in the last inning. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. They've answered with 3 more. 7-6 Brewers here in the top of the third. 2 home runs by Segura, another homer by Chris Davis. Here's the pitch. Down and away, 1-2. And a swing and a foul back, still 1-2.
You know, Joe, you hear so much about this ballpark and how the ball really travels. Until you come here and you actually see the ball, see the game, and see the way that some balls are hit, it's amazing how much that ball jumps off the bat here.
This is more than I've ever seen it, too, tonight. 1-2. And a strike 3 call. Estrada down on strikes, and the inning is over. Brewers strike for 3 more on home runs by Davis and Segura, who hits his second of the night. Bottom of the third coming up. It's the Brewers 7 and Colorado 6.
Hi, I'm Gene Miller. Somebody busts out a peanut butter sandwich and you got to bust out an EpiPen. Millions have peanut allergies, but help may be on the way. We'll tell you from who and when.
Know your limit.
Don't miss a single play. The guys on Sports Central keep you up to date on all things Brewers all season long. Weeknights at 6 on the home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ.
Kids, be a part of a major league moment. Every Sunday home game, 9 lucky kids will stand next to a Brewers player during the national anthem. Pick up an entry form at PNC Bank.
Wild one here at Coors here tonight. We're starting the bottom of the third. Brewers 7, Rockies 6. Every half inning has featured some runs. Barnes, Rutledge, LeMahieu coming up 6, 7, and 8 against Marco Estrada. who has given up 6 runs in 2 innings and is working with a lead. He's buying everyone dinner after the game tonight. First pitch, a swing and a miss, strike 1 on a curve. Barnes struck out his first time.
Joe, you talked about apologizing for your home run call. All you have to do is wait a minute. You'll get to do it again tonight. It is
just
amazing.
Gonna wait. I mean, these balls, I've never seen balls jump out of a ballpark like they are tonight. 0-1. Down and away, 1-1. Even here. I mean, they always have a little extra, but I mean, on a ball you think is going to be 50 feet away from the wall, it gets into the third row seats in this big ballpark. 1-1. Yeah, that is a strike. 1-2.
Be interesting to see which pitcher is able to put up a 0.5 inning. The way this game is going.
It's not happened yet. Here's the 1-2 from Estrada, swinging a foul back. Good time to get some questions in for tonight's U.S. Cellular. Text the booth. You can win Brewers tickets just by texting the booth. All you got to do is start your text with the word brew, B-R-E-W, and put your first name and where you're from, along with your question or comment. Send those along to 82783. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Barnes has struck out both times against Estrada. 4th strikeout for Marco. And you can visit wisports.com to find out more. Again, that 5-digit text number, 82783. Let's step out 10 seconds. Station ID on the Brewers Radio Network.
This is Wisconsin's radio station, 620 WTMJ and WTMJ HD, Milwaukee.
First one to Rutledge. He swings and fouls it back. Strike 1. I'm Joe Block along with Jerry Augustine and Shannon Scott, joining you from Coors Field in downtown Denver. 7-6 Brewers. Rockies batting bottom of the 3rd. Here's the 0-1 from Estrada. Curveball hit off his glove, trickling towards second. Jeanette barehands and throws on to first in time for the out. What a play. Scooter Jeanette coming on, adjusting to it, and getting the 1-4-3 put out on Rutledge. 2 down in the 3rd.
After that ball caromed off of Marco's glove, the only play that really Scooter had was to barehand it. I think if he goes to his glove there, tries to take it out of glove and throw it over to Overby at first base, I think he would have beaten it out. But nice play by Scooter, barehanding the ball, making a nice throw.
Augie, here's your chance perhaps for a scoreless half inning. Here's DJ LeMahieu. He singled his first time. Take down low, ball 1. 2 outs and nobody on. We have not been able to say that in an inning tonight. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And a strike on the outer edge. 1-1. 7-6 Brewers lead. Justin Morneau has driven in 5 runs for the Rockies. Chris Davis is homered. Gene Segura is homered twice. The pitch, swinging a ground ball toward first. Overbay has it, and he'll touch the bag for the out. A 1-2-3 inning for Marco Estrada, and finally a team held scoreless in a frame here at Coors. 4th inning coming up. Brewers looking to add to a 7-6 lead.
What's new and exciting at Toyota? Let's talk about blowing your start
with Cedar Crest ice cream at the Milwaukee County Zoo.
Good choice. Look for Cedar Crest pure premium ice cream sold throughout Wisconsin.
Wisconsin's radio station, 620 WTMJ.
4th inning coming up. Brewers leading Colorado 7-6. And the Rockies are going to bring on a new pitcher, Tommy Kahnle.
Tommy Kahnle's a 6'1", 230-pound right-hander, selected as a Rule 5 draft back in 2013. He's been in 27 games, pitched 38 in 1/3 innings, given up 22 hits, walked 16, and struck out 31.
And so Christian Bergman in his 3rd major league start goes 3 innings, gives up 9 hits, 7 runs, all earned, no walks, 3 strikeouts, gave up 3 home runs, and threw 69 pitches. And Augie, I have no idea whether he came out because of injury after being struck with a line drive in his left non-throwing hand, or if it was for his performance today. I don't know.
It'll be interesting to see if he did get hurt. That can bother you. What happens usually when you get hit in the hand like that, the pain kind of goes away. But after it starts swelling, it can be a little bit of a hindrance to you. So it'll be interesting to see if he did leave because he had given up the runs or he was injured.
So Scooter Gennett will lead it off against Canely. Braun and Lucroy to follow. Brewers have scored in every inning. 3 in the first. Single tally in the second. 3 more in the third. Home runs by Segura, who's hit a pair, and Chris Davis. First one to Scooter Gennett. Now that's in for a strike. Gennett has doubled and bounced out. Only Overbay and Braun without hits. The set by the righty. Here's the 0-1. And it's way up high. 1 ball, 1 strike. So very much like Wei Chung Wong, Canely is a Rule 5 pick. The Rockies have to keep him on the roster all year. Here's the 1-1 offering. Swinging a foul off to the left. 1 ball, 2 strikes. But unlike Wong, Canely has pitched more than, 40 innings in the minor leagues and has pitched at higher levels too.
He's one of those guys. He's one of those hard throwers, and just a matter if he can command the ball in a strike zone. So far this year for this ball club, he's doing a nice job.
Had a lot of trouble with that last year. Here's the 1-2 to Gennett. Down and in. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Canely last year was almost unhittable in late relief with Double-A Trenton. But his walk rate was actually higher than his hit rate. So he was given more base runners than they were getting from him. The pitch. And that's low. Gennett works the count full. 3-2.
That's one thing you see with the hard throwers is, do they have the command? There's no doubt when you think about the Colorado Rockies drafting him as a Rule 5 guy back in 2013. It's all about throwing strikes and getting ahead.
Here's a 3-2. And it's up high, ball 4, and he walks the first man he faces. So Canely issues the first walk of this game. And Ryan Braun's coming up. Catch up on all the latest sports, business, entertainment, and breaking news with the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, JS Online, and JS Mobile app. Here's Ryan Braun, 0 for 2. Now the set. And the pitch. Swinging a hard hit ground ball to short. Backing up to Tulowitzki. Juggles it. Throws on to second and still gets an out. Tulowitzki, a wizard at short. I thought he might have botched that play, but he gets an out. 1 away. Braun at first. Lucroy coming up.
I think right there with Tulowitzki kind of got up in him. It looked like had a little bit of overspin on it, and Ryan hit it hard right at him, and Tulowitzki was able to recover to get Scooter at second base.
Here's Jonathan Lucroy, a RBI double in the first. He's bounced out in the second. Brewers lead 7-6. We're in the fourth. Tommy Canely on in relief of Christian Bergman. Here's the set on the pitch. Yeah, that's low. Ball 1 to Lucroy. The Wisconsin Department of Transportation and AAA Wisconsin reminding you, never text while driving. It's the law, and no text is worth the risk. Now the pitch, and it's down and in. 2 balls and no strikes. Lucroy coming into tonight Third in baseball over the last month in on base plus slugging. And third in all the hitters. I mean, he's been so good all year, but especially lately. An average up to 342, and doing it by playing every day. Sometimes at first. Got an off day yesterday for the first time since May the 5th. Here's the 2-0. Lucroy takes a little high. 3-0 now, and Canely falling behind another hitter. Right-hander comes set. Canely peeks at the runner, Braun at first. 1 out. And the pitch. And it's up high. Another 4-pitch walk. Canely has walked a pair of Brewers here in this 4th. And it doesn't let up. Carlos Gomez is coming up.
You know, this is something that you see with this ball club, this Brewer ball club, especially on the offensive side, that they have started to do very well, is to understand what type of pitcher's out there, what he does, what his strengths are. And you take a guy like Bergman, who's aggressive in the strike zone. He's a quick worker. He throws a lot of strikes. They were aggressive. They're aggressive at the plate, selective but aggressive. Then you take a guy like Canely, comes in the ball game, great fastball, overpowering fastball, but has a little bit of a problem commanding the strike zone. Brewer hitters have been a little bit more selective,
which is hard to do here.
Yes, it is.
I'm sure they want to jump out of their shoes. Gomez did that his last time. He swung at a 2-strike pitch a little out of the zone. It has been plenty of extra oomph on the fly balls hit at this ballpark tonight. Warm night here, and even for Coors, it's been jumping out of here. Canely sets, 2 on, 1 out. The pitch, and a check swing ball outside, 1-0. He has thrown 12 pitches, 9 have been balls. He's walked 2 hitters already. Lead runner is Braun at second, Lucroy on at first. Canely's 1-0 pitch, swinging a soft ground ball foul up third. Eddie Cedar coaches at third base. Garth Orge over at first, talking to Lucroy. These are the kind of games, Augie, that you would wake up at 3 a.m. all sweating when you think about something like this.
It is.
Being a pitcher. Here's the 1-1. Down and away. 2 balls and a strike. Nice stop by Rosario.
I thought you were going to say this is one of these games where you're sitting on the couch watching it or listening to it, and all of a sudden you fall asleep, you wake up, and we're still going.
Well, we're just in the 4th. This game is, what, an hour and a half in? That's it? That's not that bad. It's actually moved quick for a high scoring game. 7-6. Brewers leading in the 4th. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swinging a foul back. 2-2. Again, kind of up in the zone. These are the fun ones to watch or listen to. Something's always happening. 2 on with 1 out. Here's the 2-2 from Canely. Swinging a foul back again. Gomez just missing. Well, he got a single his first time up. That moved his hitting streak to 16 games. Already the longest in his career. And now he's been on base in 33 consecutive games. It's like 5 weeks in a row. That is tied for the 5th longest streak in Brewers history. 2-2 from Canely. Swinging another foul right back.
You know, and to do the things that he's doing, we're talking about the 33 straight games being able to get on base. And that all goes with his approach, the approach that he has had to do. You know, you talk about him early in the season. He's been the leadoff hitter. It takes a different approach to be a leadoff hitter. They put him in that 4 slot. He likes being in that 4 slot, an RBI slot, but he's had to change his approach, and he's done a nice job.
Canely waiting. Here's the 2-2 again. Swinging a ground ball, hit through the middle, base hit. Braun around third. He will score. RBI single, Carlos Gomez, and the Brewers lead 8-6.
What a nice at bat by Carlos right there. Full count, 3-2, ball down in the zone. Doesn't try to pull the ball, just tries to go right back up the middle like you're supposed to do. Drives it into center field for an RBI and a single.
Brewers leading 8-6. They've scored in every inning. Here's a Ramos Ramirez. He had a big hit. 2-run double in that first inning. 8-6 Brewers. Brewers already with 10 hits. Now, the Rockies have been one of the best scoring teams. They lead the National League in runs scored, but over the last month, the Brewers have been the best scoring team in all of baseball. They've already put across 8 tonight. First and second with 1 out. Canely delivers. Up high, ball 1. Canely out of Lynn University in Boca Raton, Florida. Originally a Yankees draft pick. Grew up in New York. Here's the 1-0. Both runners go. A swing and a pop-up. Foul ground first base side. They'll have time to get back. Morneau will make the catch in foul ground. Looked like a hit and run. And now 2 away. Rosario is down behind home plate. And Chris Davis is coming up. What happened to Rosario?
It looks like he might have got hit with the swing. I think the backswing of Ramos came around. Sure enough, and got him alongside the mask.
Now Rosario was coming up and trying to go toward that ball to see if he could make a play on it, and Ramirez didn't do anything out of the ordinary. Just Rosario in the bad spot. So here's Chris Davis. He had a very high fly ball to left that got into the third row of seats and left to left center. (8-6) Brewers lead here in the 4th. And a swing and a miss, strike 1. Davis 1 for 2. Now tied for the Brewers' home run lead with 13. He and Mark Reynolds share that. First and second with 2 outs. Canely sets and delivers. A swing and a fly ball down the right field line. It's curling and it is foul. That one looked more like a routine foul ball, and it almost was home run distance. That's in part because Davis has a lot of power.
Yeah, it's one thing that's really made the big change in him, his ability to hit the ball the opposite way. And it seems like when he started that approach, he really started swinging well, seeing the ball better, and really hitting for more power.
Canely sets, delivers, and it's outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The slider missed. And Chris Davis on a pace now. I mean, If he keeps this up, I mean, he might hit 30 home runs this year in his first full season. He's got 13, and we're in game 75 of the season, nearing the halfway point. 1-2 from Canely. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. He struck him out, and the inning is over. Brewers get another run on a hit. 2 men were left. Through 3.5 from Coors. Brewers 8, Colorado 6.
It's that time of night. Decision time. Then you see Miller Fortune in the gym.
Win his first in 4 starts in June. 0-2 to Dickerson. Swinging a little poke in the center. That's a base hit. Now Estrada kept making good pitches on him. Came in on his hands. And Dickerson finally turned that one into fair territory, and that brings up Tulowitzki here in the 4th.
You know, Marco's really made some pretty good pitches on Corey Dickerson tonight, but he's been able to getting ahead in the count, but he's been able to fight some pitches off on the inside part of the plate and drive them up the other way. That's just a good job of hitting right there.
Well, he's 3 for 3. Dickerson getting his average up to 341 now, playing only because Carlos Gonzalez is out of the lineup. Here's Troy Tulowitzki. He has doubled and walked. Jeanette will move nearly up the middle, abandoning the right side of the infield with Overbay holding on the runner. And a toss over, and Dickerson's back. He's already stolen a base tonight. Rockies are 3 for 3 against Estrada trying to steal. Eight-6 Brewers lead. Rockies batting in the 4th. Dickerson back to first on a throw over. Brewers on this extended road swing where they've played 15 of 18 games on the road, or will after Sunday. Brewers are 8-4 on the road. Estrada sets. There goes the runner. Pitcher swung on, popped up. Shallow right field. Braun having to come a long way, but he's there. And he'll make the catch, and the inning is through. So Marco Estrada blanks the Rockies through another frame there. Gave up a 2-out single, and he's left stranded. Through 4 from Colorado. Brewers leading 8-6.
Service and savings. It's Woodman's.
Hi, we're the Woodmans. I'm Clint. I'm Phil.
Brought to you by Marshfield Clinic. Don't just live, shine.
Sports Central, weekdays at 6 on 620 WTMJ.
Brewers have scored in every inning tonight. We'll move to the 5th. It's 8-6 Brewers. 5 RBIs for Justin Morneau. A pair of home runs by Gene Segura tonight. Chris Davis is homered. Aramis Ramirez has brought in a pair with his 2 hits. And Tommy Canely, already the second Rockies pitcher, ready for his second inning. He'll face Overbay, Segura, and Estrada. 18 hits between the 2 clubs. Overbay 0 for 2. Everybody in the Brewers lineup with a hit or a run scored, except for Overbay. Second baseman LeMahieu out in short right, and the pitch. And it's outside, ball 1. That's worked. Tulowitzki playing on the right side of the infield. Now they're set, and they 1-0 pitch. And a little high, 2-0.
You know, that's one thing about baseball we see today is the big shifts they put on for certain guys. And when you see a guy like Alal Overbay come up and you see Tulowitzki really on the first base side of second base, very unusual.
2-0 pitch and a strike, 2-1. When you pitched, if they did that, would you have felt uncomfortable, or do you think you would have gotten used to it once you saw how it worked?
Well, I think you get used to it because you go by the scouting report, and you just know how the guys hit the ball. But you can't change your part of the game. That's the main thing as a pitcher.
Overbay waiting, the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Mainly delivering that fastball.
The reason is because a lot of times they'll make that change. They'll make that change because of how you pitch, the type of pitches you got, the fastball, change-up curve, or however you pitch a guy.
Now Rush and Witzke exchange spots. Ball towards center. Blackman drifting back, and he'll make the catch. So one away. And here's Gene Segura.
You know, Joe, it's so funny when you watch the shifts that they put on now. A lot of times you'll see the infield shift way around like they did, like the Rockies did right there by actually took the third baseman and put him on the first base side of second base, but your outfield stays straight away. It's just the way you hit the ball in the infield, how you're scouted.
First one to Segura is down low, ball one. Segura has homered twice. First time he's homered twice in a game. Now the set. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And it's in for a strike, backing away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Segura hit a home run at Wrigley Field back on July the 30th. And since then, before tonight, he had only homered twice. That was his 2 home runs this year. 11 months with 2 home runs. 2 home runs and 2 at bats tonight. 1-1. Check swing and a ball up high. 2 balls and a strike. Only one Brewers shortstop has ever hit 3 home runs in a game. Here's the 2-1. Inside, 3-1. Back in 1998, Jose Valentin with 3 home runs against the Marlins. The only Brewers shortstop to ever hit 3 in a game. Here's the 3-1, and it's up high for a strike. Jerry Lane brings Segura back, 3-2. One out, bases empty, 8-6 Brewers lead in the 5th. Canely delivers, swinging a foul, rolled up the first base line.
You know, it's one thing about Segura that's you see him starting to do now, and that's trying to go back up the middle, and that's been approached with a lot of Brewer hitters, and last year he hit the ball so well the opposite way, so it's good to see Segura thinking up the middle and making adjustments.
Count full. And the pitch from Canely. Swing and a pop-up. This one probably is going to stay in the ballpark. Dickerson will catch it in medium to deep left field. So Segura will need at least another chance for his 3rd home run. 2 gone, and Marco Estrada coming up. Baseball, a game of tradition. Players constantly compared to not only their peers, but to the all-time greats. That's the way Usingers make sausage. One, that's not your best. Okay.
Wow. I'd have to get my driver out to hit it that far.
And then some. 2-2 again. Swinging another foul. And it seems like Brewers hitters, especially Estrada and Jeanette here, they're able to foul off a lot of Canely's fastball.
Yeah, pretty good pitches too, and you know, Canely's trying to pitch the strikes and stay. Canely's trying to pitch.
The pitch Swinging a chop off the glove of Canely towards second and shoveled on to short for the out. A 1-4-6 putout of Estrada at second base to end the inning. Brewers fail to score for the first time tonight. Bottom of the fifth coming up. Brewers 8, Rockies 6.
WTMJ News update on Colin Bennett. Governor Walker says he won't back down from prosecutors in the latest round of the John Doe investigation. 2 parents in Racine County are arrested after trying to use their child as collateral in a heroin deal. In Washington, the head of the IRS refused to apologize today for the loss of emails that might shed light on the tax agency's target of Tea Party and other groups. The WTMJ Storm Team forecast. Partly cloudy and cool tonight. Partly cloudy again on Saturday with a slight chance for thunderstorms in the afternoon. More news and weather after the Brewers game.
Your local Chevy dealers have the undeniable.
That would be nice. Brewers back home finally. Monday, beginning a 3-game series against Washington. First look at the Nationals this year. And then a 4-game weekend set against these very Colorado Rockies at Miller Park. Brewers have been on the road for a long time, but they have held their head above water and then some. Flourished, really. Estrada, or whether it's just a pitch in this rotation for any reason. The last place on earth you want to bring him is Denver, Colorado. Remember Mike Fiers just 2 years ago. Fiers, who had pitched in his first 12 starts, as well as Mark Fidrich, as well as Fernando Valenzuela. I mean, he was setting the world on fire. He comes in here and gives up 8 runs in 2 innings, and he was never the same after that.
That's right. It gets in your head a little bit because you come here and it's a big ball field. The ball carries a lot, and you can't make the mistakes. You got to be precise with things, and those things can do it. Baseball's a big part of pitching, is the mental part of it, and it does get to you.
And Estrada's looked more confident since that second inning here. It's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a foul tip into the glove of Lucroy. He strikes him out, and Estrada has struck out Barnes all 3 times. Estrada now with 6 strikeouts, 2 gone in the 5th. Rosario remains at second, and Josh Rutledge is coming up. 8-6 Brewers.
Well, right there you see the confidence late in the count, and you see the confidence that he has in that changeup. Really threw that ball on the outside part of the plate down, and the ball came over, and there's nothing Barnes could do. He had to swing. It was a good pitch by Marco.
And so you see why the Brewers weren't just ready to say, all right, that's not disparaging Nelson, who's pitched great in AAA, but you see in these starts a lot of things that you like from Estrada, at least in the last 2 or 3 prior to tonight. Here's the first pitch. And a strike over. Got the curveball in there to Rutledge, 0 for 2. And like you said, Augie, it's not like Estrada is this newcomer. He has proven that he can pitch, and pitch very effectively at this level for a long time. It's not like he's 40 years old and, you know, on the wrong side of his career. Prior to his last 6 starts, which have not been good results wise, we know that, a 3.73 ERA as a Brewers starter from 2012 to his first few starts this season. So if that's your 5th starter, you're going to take that. I mean, he's one of the best 5th starters in baseball if he has those numbers. Now, the last 6 starts, and including tonight, an ERA north of 7. That's not going to work, of course. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Curve, left it up high, 1-1.
Well, you look at it, this is his 16th start, and Joe, you just reflected back on his last 6 starts where he hasn't thrown the ball very well, but he's still given the Brewers 7 quality starts. You put that in the frame of what he did, the way he started out the season. He really threw the ball well for him, for the Brewers early, and you take what he did last year just a little bit.
1-1, swing and a miss, 1-2, and we're seeing. I mean, we're seeing it's not like he's getting beaten around. We're seeing him make a mistake and it become very costly. You know, if he doesn't make, say, that pitch to Morneau and it's not a 3-run home run, now you're looking at 3 runs over 5 innings. It's not great, but it's a lot better, especially in this ballpark. it is what it is, but we're seeing a lot of good things from Estrada. 1-2, swing and a miss. He threw the fastball by Rutledge and struck him out. Estrada has fanned 7 Rockies here tonight. 6th inning coming up. Brewers 8, Rockies 6.
It's the most wonderful time.
One action. Get everyone safely out and call 911. Do not attempt to extinguish a fast-burning fire.
Brewers leading the Rockies 8-6, and let's pause 10 seconds for station ID here on the Brewers Radio Network.
Wisconsin's radio station and home of the Packers, Brewers and Bucks. News Radio 620 WTMJ and WTMJ HD Milwaukee.
I'm Joe Block along with Jerry Augustine and Shannon Scott with you from Coors Field in Denver. Brewers leading 8-6 in the 6th. And Colorado's going to bring on a new pitcher, right-hander Chris Martin.
Chris Martin, a 6'7", 175-pound right-hander out of Arlington, Texas. He came over here in a trade with Boston for Jonathan Herrera. He's made 15 appearances. He's got no record with a 5.52 ERA. Pitched 14 innings, given up 17 hits, 9 runs, 4 walks, and 13 strikeouts. This is a guy with a fastball, a cutter, and a pretty good slider.
And it's our Woodman's Food Market's home run inning. Richard Moen from Stoughton. Is that right, Stoughton?
That's right.
It is Stoughton, okay. I've never been there. Where is Stoughton?
Stoughton is up by Madison.
Okay. I should probably know that, but I've not been. I don't know that I've been to Stoughton yet. Richard's going to win the Woodman's gift card jackpot of $150. If a Brewers player hits a home run this inning, for each additional home run, Woodman's adds $100 to the jackpot total. Visit any Woodman's store to enter. Service and savings. That's Woodman's. And Richard, you got a good trio to start. Braun, Lucroy, Gomez coming up for the Crew, leading 8-6. Tommy Kahnle goes 2 innings. He needed 53 pitches to get through those 2 innings. Gave up a hit, a run, 3 walks, and a strikeout. Brewers won 3 out of 4 in Arizona. Yesterday able to rest both Braun and Lucroy. Braun is 0 for 3. And the first pitch. Swinging a soft tapper up third and foul. Strike 1. Chris Martin coming on. Really a great story. The Rockies have really had to turn to a lot of guys probably that they would not, quite frankly, prefer to have used because of so many injuries. But Martin was originally drafted by the Rockies 9 years ago. Here's the 0-1. Swinging a fly ball foul off to the right. And now 2 strikes. But never pitched in the Rockies system. He did not sign. He decided to sign with the independent Fort Worth Cats, but never pitched for them either. Ended up having a torn labrum. And so his career was done before he ever pitched, until he decided to come back. Here's the 0-2. Swinging a liner. Past first and into right. A base hit. Braun around first. He's digging in for 2. And he will slide in with a double. Ryan Braun with a leadoff 2-base hit here in the 6th. That means another $50 to the MAC Fund, courtesy of West Bend, the Silver Lining.
Just a nice job of hitting by Ryan Braun there. You talk about being pitched in and out and them moving the ball around on him. That pitch was off the plate away, stayed back on the ball, waited to get deep in the strike zone, and drove it into right field for a double. So fight back, get the opportunity, and get that chance, and have an opportunity to do well.
2-1 from Martin. Swinging a ground ball to short. That'll freeze the runner. Tulowitzki will throw on to first and get the first out. On at second with 1 away. Lucroy could not get that ball to the right side. And credit Martin for trying to pitch him in. Here's Carlos Gomez, 2 for 3, a pair of singles. Yeah, with Kinsler, coincidentally, he was pitching in Grand Prairie for that American Association All-Star game when the Brewers saw him and signed him. Here's the pitch. Swinging the ball, looping foul, and out of play off to the right. Strike one to Gomez. Hitting streak up to 16 games. Braun leads from second, playing in his 1,000th career game. Here's the pitch. Gomez takes down and away, a ball and a strike. Brewers with 3 in the first. Run scoring double by Lucroy, 2-run double by Ramirez. Gene Segura has homered twice. Solo shots. Chris Davis has hit a 2-run home run. And Gomez added a run scoring single in the 4th. Rockies got their runs, a 2-run double by Justin Morneau in the first. Corey Dickerson a run scoring single in the second, and Morneau a 3-run home run in the second. Swinging a ball hit off the plate, past the mound, slowly hit to short, and Tulowitzki will hold on. It's another hit for Carlos Gomez. Third hit tonight for Gomez, an infield single. Braun moves to third, runners at the corners with 1 out, and Aramis Ramirez is coming up.
You know, it's one thing that you talk about the Brewers with their speed. You talk about Carlos, you talk about Segura. Last year they led the league with infield hits, and that's what you get. When you're aggressive at the plate, you're patient at the plate, you're selective at the plate, you put the ball in play. Sometimes good things happen, and for Carlos, hit it right in the perfect spot right there.
And the Brewers with some good speed, able to beat those balls out too. Ramirez with that 2-run double in the first. Single back toward the mound into third. He popped out foul with the runners moving in the 4th. 2 for 3. Brewers looking to add to an 8-6 lead here in the 6th. Got a toss over to first. Gomez is back. It's calmed down a little bit after first 3 innings. Brewers led 7-6 after 2.5 innings. First one for Martin. Swinging a line drive, base hit up the middle. Braun is in. Gomez stops at second. RBI single, Aramis Ramirez. Brewers lead 9-6.
Tell you what, Aramis Ramirez is just an amazing hitter. When you get him up there, I don't think there's another guy in baseball that you'd want at the plate with runners in scoring position. Just understands how they're going to pitch him, knows what he has to do. That time didn't try to do anything fancy. Got a pitch up over the middle plate, drove it right back up the middle for a base hit and an RBI.
Coming into tonight, Ramirez at .327 with runners in scoring position. 3 for 4 tonight for Ramirez. First and second, 1 out. Here's Chris Davis. He homered back into third. He takes down and in, ball 1. 9-6 Brewers lead. We're in the 6th. Another set and a pickoff play at second. Instead, nothing doing. Ramirez in his last 9 games, including tonight, hitting at .429 with 7 extra base hits. He has driven in 3 tonight. Now the pitch. Down low. 2-0. Brewers scored 7 off the Rockies starter Christian Bergman. Canely gave up a run in his 2 innings. Now Martin on for the 6th has allowed a run on 3 hits. Still only 1 out. The bearded right-hander comes set. Runners lead. Here's the 2-0. Swinging a ground ball. Base hit into right field. Gomez touches third. He will score. It's juggled by Barnes in right. That'll allow Ramirez to get to third. RBI single. Chris Davis. Brewers lead 10-6.
And we talk about Chris Davis, what has really made a big change in him is that ability to take the ball the other way. Right there, he got a pitch on the outside part of the plate, waited on it, kept his hands in, and drove the ball into right field for a base hit, scoring a run.
And here comes Lyle Overbay, the last Brewer to join the hit parade. Brewers with 14 hits. Leading 10-6 here in the 6th. Overbay 0 for 3. Ramirez at third, Davis on at first. And the pitch. And that's in for a strike. 0-1 to the left-handed batting Overbay. They did not assess an error on the right fielder Barnes. I don't know if Ramirez was going to get to third or not, but for sure he did once that ball was juggled out there. Conventional play for the infield now against Overbay. There's the strike, 0-2. Well, with runners at the corners, they don't put that dramatic shift on. Brewers with 2 in the 6th, leading 10-6. 0-2 for Martin. Check swing, and Overbay could not hold up his swing. He went around. Overbay 0 for 4 tonight. 2 gone. Runners still at first and third, and Gene Segura, who has homered twice, is coming up. That'll give a hitter some confidence. A couple of home runs. I'd feel really good if he had another one here. Here's the pitch. Swinging a tap. Foul. He was right near home plate, but foul. Rosario picked it up outside of the batter's box, but just to the right of the first base line, and it's strike 1.
Yeah, you know, with Gene Segura, you look at what he's done last year. He's got to let the ball travel a little bit and be able to hit the ball the opposite way, go up the middle. And it seems like the last couple of weeks he's been doing that and trying to be a little bit more patient at the plate. And he hits the ball when he hits the ball up the middle in the opposite direction.
Now, what kind of a lead is safe at Coors? 4 runs in the 6th? Yeah, I don't know. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 7 runs in the 6th. I feel better. You never know in this place.
You just don't. I don't think there is any safety in this place. We've seen it, how fast the teams can score runs. We've seen a lot of crooked numbers tonight.
Brewers have scored in every inning but the 5th. Estrada has retired. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball hit hard to third. Past the dive of Rutledge into left, a base hit. Ramirez trots in to score. RBI single, Gene Segura. Brewers lead 11-6.
You know, we talked about Segura going up the middle. That time, Martin tried to get a ball inside part of the plate on him. Did a nice job right there. A little breaking ball of staying on the ball, driving to left field for a base hit and an RBI.
So Segura has driven in 3. Marco Estrada will bat for the 4th time here in the 6th inning. The Brewers sending up the 8th man to bat. They've scored thrice against Martin.
When is the last time you saw a pitcher get 4 at-bats in a game? That's interesting.
Let alone by the 6th inning. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball to second base. LeMahieu, big hop, he has it. Throws on to first for the out, and the inning is through. Brewers score 3 more times on 5 hits, and they strand 2. Bottom of the 6th coming up from Colorado. Brewers 11, Rockies 6.
Your local Chevy dealers have the undeniable drive to be the best.
Get inside access to the crew with the guy who knows them inside out. Brewers manager Ron Renicky takes you behind the scenes 8:15 Tuesday mornings on Brewers 360.
Oh, baby.
On On Sunday, June 29th, the Brewers will battle these Rockies, and all fans will receive a Scooter Jeanette bobblehead courtesy of the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Visit Brewers.com for tickets.
And Jeanette and the Brewers leading 11-6 here in Colorado. Marco Estrada, after giving up 6 runs in the first 2 innings, well, he has quieted the Rockies, blanked them over the last 3. LeMahieu, the pitcher spot, and Charlie Blackmon coming up 8-9-1. Begs the question, what qualifies as a quality start here at Coors? Would this be too much to ask if he goes 6 innings and allows 6 runs?
As a pitcher, I'm going to say if you can make it 6, that's good. Wow. It's just been one of those nights.
I mean, the Rockies have already had to use 3 pitchers to cover 6 innings. Zach Duke, a lefty, is getting up in the Brewers' pen. I mean, if Estrada gets through this inning and doesn't allow a run, he's going to leave with a 5-run lead from the pitch. And that's inside ball 1 to LeMahieu, who is 1 for 2. He singled back in the first. Kyle Parker is getting up in the Rockies bullpen. The pitch, swinging a foul. Kyle Parker is an outfielder. Is that correct? Why would they have an outfielder getting up for the 7th? Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swinging a ball looped into right. Braun navigating. He's there. He'll make the catch. 1 away. Parker's out on deck. They said in the bullpen. I was like, that can't be right. No, Parker is going to bat here. Parker will pinch hit for Chris Martin. You can count on your friends at Badger Mutual Insurance to make sure your auto, home, or business is properly protected. Badger Mutual Insurance, protecting people's dreams for more than 125 years. So Martin done after an inning. Here's the pitch from Estrada. And Parker takes down low, ball 1. If that name is familiar to you, if you're a college football fan, now maybe you can place Kyle Parker. The pitch. It's up high, 2-0. Former Clemson quarterback. Bill Schroeder's alma mater.
That's what I was just thinking.
A little after Rock played there. The pitch. And it's outside, 3-0 to the pinch hitter Parker. 11-6 Brewers lead here in the 6th. And the pitch. And that's a strike on the outer edge. 3-1. Martin went an inning, gave up 5 hits, 3 runs, all earned, no walks, and a strikeout. Here's the 3-1, a swing and a miss. Now 3-2, the count full on Parker. Matt Belisle is getting up for the Rockies. He'll come on and pitch the 7th. 3-2 to Parker. Swinging a ground ball foul. Estrada nearing the 100 pitch count. He's at 97. And the 3-2 again. Swinging a foul back. You know, Augie, the way that the Brewers have played tonight, and again, it's not over yet. The Brewers have a 5-run lead with 3 innings to go, plus this one. But they're showing here tonight they have not played well here in years. And the way that they have played on the road this year, this is something, this performance. 3-2, check swing, come back right to the mound, and a toss on to first. Parker is out 1-3. 2 gone, and Charlie Blackmon coming up.
I totally agree with you. I mean, you look at tonight and come out and score early, and look at the way Colorado battled back, had the lead at one time, but this place is a tough place to play. And for certain teams, there are certain parts that are tough, but this Brewer Ball Club comes in. I think you got to give credit to the offense. They've done a great job, but tell you also got to give credit to Marco. He's really settled down.
Here's Charlie Blackmon 0 for 3. That's way up high, ball 1. I mean, the way that it looked after 2 innings, he had given up 6 runs. He had given up a 3-run home run to Morneau, and who knew what was going to happen? But he has pitched very well since then. The pitch, swinging a liner over third and into left. A base hit, might be 2. Blackmon hustling towards second. Here comes the throw from Davis, and it won't be in time. Blackmon with a 2-out double. And Corey Dickerson, who's 3 for 3, is coming up. Another lefty with Zach Duke ready in the bullpen, and here comes Ron Renneke. Well, Marco Estrada going to be done after 5 2/3 tonight, but after that rough start, he really evened things out, and he's going to leave with a lead, a chance to get his first June win. The U.S. Cellular call to the bullpen has been made. When the Brewers make a call, they only use U.S. Cellular. Brewers lead 11-6 in the 6th. Back in a moment on the Brewers Radio Network.
Hey Brewers fans, next time you're at Miller Park, check out the U.S. Cellular Power Playground located behind Section 106 to make your game experience even more fun for the entire family. While there, be sure to sign up for a chance to win free parking for a future game at Miller Park, or have your favorite Brewers player send a shout out to your friend. Can't make it to the game? No problem. Just download the U.S. Cellular Mascot and Me app for free from the App Store or Google Play and bring all the excitement of the ballpark right to your phone. With the Mascot and Me app, you can add Bernie Brewer or the famous racing sausages to your favorite photos. U.S. Cellular. Hello better. Sartori Sarvecchio Parmesan Cheese has teamed up with the Brewers Radio Network in support of the Midwest Athletes Against Childhood Cancer Fund. Sartori, a family company that has been crafting with...
We're in the bottom of the 6th. Brewers leading 11-6. And the Brewers turn to left-hander Zach Duke.
Zach Duke making his 34th appearance. He's 4-0 with a 1.26 ERA. Runners inherited and have not scored. He has got 15 runners. Only 4 have scored. He pitched yesterday in Arizona. And he's unscored upon his last 8 appearances. Fastball, slider, change.
And from every different angle you can imagine. He's been tough on lefties, hitting just .209 against him. Corey Dickerson, the left-handed batter, 3 for 3 against Estrada, and a good time for Renneke to go to the bullpen. Estrada goes 5 2/3, gives up 10 hits, a walk, 7 strikeouts, and a home run through 100 pitches, 74 for strikes. 6 runs on his ledger, and he's responsible for Blackmon on at second. But he has a chance to win here in this topsy-turvy ballpark. High atop the Mile High City. The set by Duke, and the pitch. Outside, ball 1. Dickerson batting .460 with runners on. And this outing for Estrada tonight, you know, you look at the numbers, that doesn't tell the story. You know, you got to be a guy that keeps your club in the ball game, and he did that tonight, even when it was a little closer. The pitch, and there's a strike. It's 1-1.
Yeah, he did a nice job after that second inning. Struggled through that second inning. The team came back and got in the lead. He gave 3 shutout innings and pitched 2/3 inning here and thrown the ball pretty well.
Remember the defense, including him not covering a base in the early innings, that kind of led to how big an outburst Colorado had. The pitch, swinging a foul back. A slow curve, 1-2 to Corey Dickerson.
You know, it looked like after that second inning too, Joe, he went out there and commanded strike zone a little bit better, but he got a little bit more aggressive in the strike zone, really trying to pitch a contact, getting the ball over, and he really commanded his pitches pretty well.
Brandon Kinsler is loosening in the Brewers' pen in case Duke does not retire Dickerson. Right-handed batting Tulowitzki, who kills lefties, is on deck. 2 outs. Blackmon on at second. 1-2. Just missed the outer corner. 2-2.
Like you said, Joe, Zach Duke will give you different pitches from different angles. He'll throw his breaking ball from on top. He'll throw it from the side. He's got a good fastball that he'll take from the side. And when you can do that, command the strike zone, you're going to be awful tough on left-hand hitters.
11-6. Brewers lead in the 6th. Zach Duke comes set. Blackman leads, and now Duke steps off. Updates on our Marshfield Clinic scoreboard. Cardinals trailing at home 5-1, top of the 8th inning to Philadelphia. Here's the 2-2 pitch, swinging a foul back. Brewers entering play tonight 4.5 ahead of the Cardinals. The Reds were at one time leading 8-0. They lose to Toronto 14-9. Edwin Encarnacion with a pair of home runs. He now has 23 home runs. 2-2 from Duke. Curveball hit high in the air and deep to right. Braun looking up, and there it goes. Into the upper deck. Corey Dickerson hits a 2-run home run. And the Rockies pull to within 11-8. That's the first home run Duke has allowed since way back in his first outing on April 1st.
Yeah, he made some tough pitches, tried to come in on him, and just got the ball out over the plate. And Corey Dickerson put a good swing on it and hit the ball out of the ballpark.
Brewers lead cut to 11-8, and that's going to be it for Zach Duke. The U.S. Cellular call to the bullpen has been made. When the Brewers make a call, they only use U.S. Cellular. 11-8 Brewers in the 6th. Back in a moment on the Brewers Radio Network.
Powerball and the Wisconsin Lottery want to take you inside baseball. No, really, we're going to take you.
We're in the bottom of the 6th, and the Rockies, after a 2-run home run by Corey Dickerson, have pulled to within 11-8. And the Brewers will turn to their third pitcher of the inning, the right-hander Brandon Kinsler.
Yeah, Brandon Kinsler's making his 29th appearance. He's 1-3 with a 3.12, and last pitched on Wednesday where he took the loss, giving up 1 run. He's only been scored upon once in his last 7 outings, but coming into the game, he throws a fastball, good sinking fastball, which he needs to have. Has a good slider and a good change.
And he'll be tasked with the task, I should say, to face Troy Tulowitzki. He's 1 for 2. He has doubled and walked. 11-8 Brewers here in the 6th. So Estrada goes 5 2/3, 10 hits, 7 runs all earned, a walk and 7 strikeouts. Zach Duke did not retire a batter, 1 hit. That was the home run by Dickerson. Three men on the left side of the infield for Tulowitzki. And the pitch. And it's in for a strike. Tulowitzki hitting at .357, leading baseball. And if you're curious, why not leave the lefty in? Even though it's a right-handed batter, Tulowitzki hits .400 against lefties. The pitch. And it's down and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. We're edging ever so close in our Potawatomi Bingo Casino Pays Big 21 contest. Lisa Evers from Wind Lake. The score ends at 21. The total runs. She's a winner. The pitch. Swinging a ground ball to short and through past Segura into left. A base hit. Tulowitzki with his second hit. And Justin Morneau coming up, who has driven in 5 runs tonight. Well, if we get to 21 on the dot, Lisa wins $5,000 big dollars from Potawatomi Bingo Casino. and an additional $5,000 in Firekeepers Club reward play if she's a Firekeepers Club member. So hoping that we see a Brewers win tonight. They can still win it, and you can still win, Lisa, tonight. Rockies are making this interesting. 11-8 here in the 6th. Long way to go. Here's Morneau, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Foul tipped it, I should say. Strike one. If you're pitching here, Augie, what are you thinking about when you come into a game like this at 11-8 in the 6th?
Well, you just gotta, you gotta pitch ahead, and you gotta keep the ball down. You keep talking about it, but you almost have to in this era with the hitters. You also have to be able to throw the ball up in the zone.
Swinging the liner foul off to the left, and it's 2 strikes now to Morneau.
I think what the more you can do is the more you can pitch in and out, raise the ball up, and change speeds. It's something you have to do here in order to be successful.
So you're saying location, location, location.
It has to be.
Now, sometimes guys say the ball doesn't break very well here, but we've seen that be not the case for some guys. Morneau, a left-handed batter. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swinging a tap up the first base line. Fair ball. Kinsler gloves it, and he'll take it to the bag himself. And that will end the inning. Rockies get 2 back on the home run by Dickerson. 3 hits, a man left. Through 6 from Coors Field. Brewers 11, Rockies 8.
This fan update is brought to you by Potawatomi.
Safely, to complete the work on time, and to stay within your budget. Let us tackle your next project. Find out more about the winning team at UA.org.
620 WTMJ.
7th inning coming up in the Wild Wild West. Brewers 11, Rockies 8. And we still got at least 3 innings to go. Rockies bring on their 4th pitcher of the night. It's the right-hander Matt Belisle.
Yeah, he's 6'4", 225 pounds, out of Austin, Texas. And Matt has made 30 appearances. He's 2-2 with a 4.66 ERA. He's got a fastball, slider, curveball. He will throw an occasional change, but here's a guy who's been with the Rockies over the last 3 years, has had 70 or more appearances. So a guy who knows how to pitch up here in this Wild West, as you just said, Joe.
Yeah, he's re-signed here, so he must be a glutton for punishment. But he has, and especially in recent years, has been able to kind of withstand the punches here. Funny though, tonight, really, when before the sun set, and I was thinking the same thing in Arizona. The ball really jumped before the sun went down with the roof open. The 3 night games in Arizona, and really flying out of here earlier tonight. The Brewers with 15 hits, Rockies with 12. Brewers lead 11-8. Belisle to face the top of the order. Jeanette, Braun, and Lucroy here in the 7th. Bunt up the third base line. Rutledge bare hands, and he can't field it. And Scooter Jeanette has his 2nd hit tonight.
Just another part of Scooter's game as a leadoff hitter, being able to do a lot of things. What do you want your leadoff guy to do? Get on base. Scooter, he'll pull the ball, hit the ball the opposite way, starts taking a lot of pitches, patient at the plate. Right there, comes up with a big bunt to get the runner on, to get on first base and try to help his team score some more runs.
Yeah, Augie, and coming into tonight, Jeanette is the Brewers' leadoff hitter, hitting at .429. He's only been doing it for a couple weeks, and he's seeing more than 4 pitches per plate appearance. Saw 7 in his previous one. Here's Ryan Braun. He swings and grounds it foul. Strike 1. Braun doubled his last time. Every Brewers starter except for Overbay with a hit. Brewers leading 11-8. Still a very close game. Brewers need some Badger Mutual Insurance runs. Toss over to first. Jeanette scampers back. Braun 4 for 11 against Belisle in his career. Playing pretty much straight up. Morneau holding on the runner at first. Jeanette not going. The pitch. Swing and a miss. And 2 strikes. Fastball at 93 from Belisle. Brewers 3-1 on this road trip. Taking on an Arizona team that very seldom winning at Chase Field. Here's the next pitch. A swing and a liner toward the gap in right center. That's going to drop in for a base hit. It'll trickle toward the wall. Around second, Jeanette. He's being waved around third. Here he comes to the plate. Here's the throw. He is safe standing up. And it's an RBI double for Ryan Braun. And the Brewers lead 12-8.
Nice job of hitting there, Ryan Braun. Got a pitch out over the plate, went with it, drove it in the gap, went all the way to the wall, and Scooter was able to come around and score.
Well, the Brewers have scored against every Rockies pitcher. They throw someone out there, and every time they face them, that first inning, they've been able to score against a Rockies pitcher. 12-8 Brewers were in the 7th. Here's Jonathan Lucroy. 1 for 3 with a run scoring double back in the first. Braun at second. And now time called. So not even Belisle immune to the Brewers' potency at the plate. And the pitch. There's a strike to Lucroy. Last month in baseball, Brewers leading all of baseball in runs, second in on base percentage, and leading baseball in slugging. The pitch down and away. Nice stop by Rosario on a cut fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the Brewers just adding to that here tonight. Mark of a good team. You give up 8 runs, hey, we're going to score 12. That's how it's been going for the Brewers this year. Now let's set the pitch. Swinging a ground ball to third, but foul.
You know, so neat about it too, Joe, is if you have a spray chart, they talk about hitters with spray charts where they hit the ball. If you did a spray chart on the hits the Brewers have had tonight, you would take up the whole field. It's amazing. They've hit the ball down the third base line. Ryan Braun took one down the first base line. They've hit the ball in the gaps. They've hit the ball over the fence. Just a good job of hitting by this entire Brewer ball club.
Now to set the pitch. Swinging a ground ball to short. That moves Braun back to second. Throw on to first. And there's the out. 1 away. Braun at second. Carlos Gomez is coming up. 12-8 Brewers here in the 7th. Visit your local independent liquor store and buy 1 24-pack of Summer Shandy and 1 12-pack of any other Line & Kugel seasonal to receive a free Summerfest ticket. Gomez with 3 singles tonight. He drove in a run. 2 of those singles in the infield. Now the set and the pitch. And that is outside ball 1. Brewers have scored in every inning but the 5th. And a swing and a foul back. Gomez has homered in his career off Belisle. Batting with Braun on at second and 1 out. They've gone to the 9th in St. Louis on our Marshfield Clinic scoreboard. Phillies still leading the Cardinals 5-1. Pirates have lost today. They fall at the Cubs 6-3. Here's the next pitch and a swing and a miss. High fastball makes it 1-2. If that score holds up in St. Louis and the Brewers can hang on here, only they and the Cubs will have won in the division today. That means the Brewers can extend their lead over some clubs. Here's the pitch. Swing a soft ground ball toward the mound. Belisle has it. And he'll throw on to first for the second out. Braun gets to move to third. 2 gone, a runner 90 feet away for Aramis Ramirez. 3 out of 4 with 3 RBIs tonight. When Ramirez is right, what's he doing at the plate?
Well, he's just so patient. You know, he uses the whole field. You can't get him out by just pitching him one way. You have to. He's one of those guys like Tulowitzki. You have to. He's a professional hitter. You have to move the ball around on him.
The pitch is swung on, hit high in the air, deep center, but playable. Blackman drifting back, and he'll make the catch. The inning is over. Brewers add another run on a pair of hits and strand a man. Our 7th inning stretch presented by United Association. Brewers 12, Colorado 8.
Powerball and the Wisconsin Lottery want to take you inside baseball. No, really, we're going to take
Ford before, and I'm impressed.
They're experiencing the power and efficiency of available EcoBoost engine technology.
Wow, this car can go. It blew the competition away for me. Ford is totally on my radar now.
Get into the EcoBoost Challenge at your local Ford dealer and get ready to get floored.
Our 7th inning stretch presented by United Association, Union of Plumbers, Fitters, Welders, and Service Technicians. Providing quality training, advanced skills, and career opportunities. Join the UA. Go to UA.org. Colorado coming to bat against Brandon Kinsler here in the 7th, bottom half. Brewers lead 12-8. Rosario, Barnes, and Rutledge 5, 6, and 7 coming up. Here's the first one from the righty. Rosario, a rip and a miss, strike 1.
You know, Joe, I was looking into stats. I'm not a big stats guy, but I was looking at something. You hear of hitters hitting with runners in scoring position. They have an average for it.
Yeah.
I looked at something, hitting with just runners on base. And the Colorado Rockies, and it starts with Corey Dickerson, leads all of baseball, hitting .460 with just runners on base.
Wow, that's that pitch is a little high, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike.
Tulowitzki. Troy Tulowitzki's hitting .420. Charlie Blackman, the leadoff hitter, is hitting .356.
And Dickerson 4 for 4 tonight with 3 RBIs. Here's the 1-1. And it's in for a strike, 1 and 2.
I thought that was an interesting stat that you don't see every day. You always hear runners in scoring position.
Yeah.
But just with runners on base.
And that's, you know, the Rockies have scored a lot of runs. Here's the 1-2 pitch. A swing and a foul back. And it sounds elementary, but that's how you score runs. I mean, yeah, you can hit some home runs. Well, that ball skidded out of the third deck. 3 or 4 people went for it, and finally no one could get it. But, you know, that's how you score runs generally, is bunching hits together. Rockies have done that tonight. Brewers have done it just a little bit more. 17 hits. Colorado with 12. Here's the 1-2, and now time called.
You know, you look at the hitting of the Colorado Rockies and all the stats. You look, almost every stat you look at in all of Major League Baseball, they're either 1, 2, or very close to it, and that's got to be part of it.
Rocketed to short, and Segura had it in and out of his glove. He recovers and throws late on to first. And Segura mad at himself, but he had to range far to his left just to get to that ball. He might have played himself into an error. Now they're going to give him a base hit, and that's fine.
That ball was hit hard and to his left. Made a nice recovery there, but Rosario was just fast enough to beat it out.
And credit Segura, he knows that Rosario does not run very well, and still had a chance to throw him out after that ball was lay behind him. But Rosario with his 3rd hit. Brandon Barnes coming up. He has struck out all 3 times. That was against Marco Estrada, who gave up 7 runs in 5 2/3. Allowed 10 hits. But watching the game, you kind of feel like he pitched well. Did the pitch. Swinging a foul back. First 2 innings, results weren't there. Had a little bit of shaky defense behind him. Gave up a home run, a 3-run shot to Morneau. And then after that, kept the Rockies off the scoreboard.
Well, that was it. He was able to bounce back. After that first 2 innings, you talked about it. Defense a little shaky, but and he was part of the problem. He didn't cover first base one time, but he was able to settle down for the next 3 and 2/3 innings.
Pitch is down low, 1-1 to Barnes. And another thing that the Brewers have done, except for twice when pitchers have had to leave because of injury, every Brewers starter has gone at least 5 innings this year. And Estrada going into the 6th. Well, that saves the bullpen. Brewers in the midst of 20 games in a row. You got to have that happen, and he did that tonight. Here's the 1-1. Swinging a foul. Back to the netting. 1-2.
Yeah, you go through when you got the consecutive games without days off. You really got to see what you can do with that bullpen and really try to save it as much as you can. And Marco, after that tough start, was able to at least get into that 7th inning, and that really helps save the ball club. Or I should say the bullpen.
This is, well, both, yeah. 11th day of 20 in a row for the Crew. 1-2 from Kinsler. Down and away. Next with a slider. 2-2. Well, Brewers starting pitchers have thrown more innings than any other starting staff in baseball. The Rockies, the fewest. And tonight they get 3 innings from Christian Bergman. And now are going to be in a hole with their bullpen the rest of this series.
And if you statistically look at it, you can see why the Rockies are down in last with about a lot of the pitching categories, because they don't go deep in the ball games.
2-2, chopped foul at the plate. Still 2-2 to Brandon Barnes. Rosario on at first, nobody out. 7th inning. Brewers leading 12-8. And Augie, what do you say we look at some U.S. Cellular text the booth questions for
that
tonight?
Would be great.
We might have time for a few. Ryan in Allenton says Carlos Gomez has been on base 33 straight games, tied for 5th in Brewers franchise history. He knows his stuff. The 2-2, swinging a ground ball foul up third, and he says, who holds the record? Now the record is 47 games in a row. Back in 2003, Scott Posednik reached base 47 games in a row.
Leadoff type hitter, gets on base a lot of different ways, takes a lot of pitches, would bunt a lot, very fast, good hitter. So you look at the style of player, Scott Posednik, center fielder, left fielder. Same thing with Carlos Gomez.
2-2 pitch. Swinging a fly ball hit well to center. Deep. Gomez back. Warning track looking up, and there it goes. That ball just kept on carrying to center. And Brandon Barnes hits his first outside the park home run of the season. And the Rockies have pulled to within 12-10.
Right there, got deep in the count, got a fastball up over the plate, and Brandon Barnes just took the ball, hit it straight to center, where the ball's been traveling tonight, hit it out of the ballpark.
Augie, you think that ball is a home run?
That was hit pretty well, but yeah, he hit that ball pretty well. He got the ball up in middle of the plate. The ball was up over the middle of the plate. Looked like he put a pretty good swing on it.
That ball seems to switch into second gear when it gets in the air out here. Swinging a ground ball towards short. Segura has it, and he'll flip it on to first for the out. That's the first out of the inning. Brandon Barnes has hit 2 inside the park home runs this year, but that one outside the park near center field. And because we've surpassed 21 runs in this game, that doesn't happen very often. Sorry to say that Lisa Evers from Wind Lake cannot win tonight in our Potawatomi Bingo Casino Pays Big 21 contest. But we made it interesting. First one is down low, ball 1. DJ LeMahieu 1 for 3. No lead is safe at Coors. 12-10 Brewers in the 7th. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball right at second base. Jeanette has it. Tosses on to first for the second out. And the Rockies will turn to Ryan Wheeler to pinch hitter. He'll bat for Belisle. It's little things in the game and now we're nitpicking here. The Brewers took 3 out of 4 from Arizona, but in that game on Wednesday, there's a couple of Balls should have been double play balls in that first inning. Might have cost the Brewers the win. Look at it here today. You know, in the first inning, especially second inning, a little bit. Some plays that should have been made. Here's the first pitch, down and away, ball one. And maybe Segura's ball at short, you know, it's a home run, but maybe it's a solo home run. And just the Brewers have been very, very good defensively this year, but tonight, here's the 1-0. Swing and a foul tip, 1-1. Not bad, but a few of these times, because of so many runs scored in this game, it's led to a few extra runs for Colorado tonight.
And it changes your pitching, what you do with your pitching, because you got Marco Stroud out there. If you play a real clean game, he's probably throwing a lot less pitches. Maybe he can go deeper in the ball game. And then what you do is you use your bullpen a little bit differently. So tonight, not as well played defensively as the Brewers have been playing.
1-1 down low, 2 balls and a strike. Ryan Wheeler at 250, a home run and 6 RBIs in 20 at bats. The pitch, that's low, 3 balls and a strike. (12-10) Brewers. The pitch, swinging a ground ball towards second. Jeanette to his right on the run, throws on the first for the out, and the inning is over. Rocky strike for 2 more on the 2-run home run by Brandon Barnes. Buckle up, 8th inning coming up from Coors Field. Brewers 10, Rockies. Wait, hold on. Brewers 12. Wait, it keeps changing. Brewers 12, Rockies 10. That's it.
What's on tap? Brought to you by Miller.
Shallows with Northland buzzbait lures, just $149 each. And get nutty, 2 pounds of cashews or deluxe mixed nuts, no peanuts, just $10.99 at Mills Wheat Farm.
8th inning coming up. Stay tuned. We got a crazy game here at Coors Field. Brewers 10. I did it again. Brewers 12, Rockies 10. I really can't. It happens so much. 12-10 Brewers lead. New pitcher coming on, Rex Brothers.
Rex Brothers is a 6-foot, 210-pound left-hand pitcher. He was selected in the supplemental round in 2009, and he's made 36 appearances with a 3-4 record, a 4.56 ERA, and in 2013 he set a Rockies reliever record with 32 scoreless appearances spanning 30 innings.
He's been a toughie, and he's going to come on to try to keep this close for Colorado. Brewers lead 12-10. Chris Davis has driven in 3 runs, a 2-run home run and a single in the Brewers' 3-run 6th. He is very good against lefties. The pitch high and wide, ball 1. Chris Davis, among all hitters in the National League, 3rd in slugging against lefties. He hits lefties well and hits for good power. Here's the 1-0 and a strike. Got the breaking ball over. 1-1 to Davis. Overbay and Segura to follow. It's a 2-run game. 12-10 Brewers in the 8th. Now the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Changeup on the outer edge of the plate. 1-2.
Yeah, he comes. One thing Rex Brothers does, he comes right over the top. He has a good downward plane. He's got a good fastball, a little bit of a cutter or slider, you might want to call it, but he has a nice changeup.
He's ahead of Davis, 1-2. The set and the pitch, and it skips near his shoe tops. 2-2. Now you just spin the wheel and see where it stops, and then you have a winner of the game. Coors Field. Here's the 2-2 pitch. It's outside. 3-2. Now the Brewers have not won a series here since 2005, and they've split one series back in 2011. Mark Reynolds has now moved out on deck instead of Overbay. Right-handed batter instead of the lefty. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Swinging a fly ball, softly hit left center, hanging up there, and a diving catch by Blackman, going down to his knees on the run to retire Chris Davis for out number 1. And let's pause 10 seconds for station ID here on the Brewers Radio Network.
This is Wisconsin's radio station, 620 WTMJ and WTMJ HD, Milwaukee.
I'm Joe Block along with Jerry Augustine and Shannon Scott joining you from Coors Field in Denver, Colorado. Brewers 12, Rockies 10. Mark Reynolds pinch hitting for Overbay. And the first pitch is down low, ball 1. Reynolds tied with Chris Davis for the team lead with 13 home runs. He's knocked in 29, hitting at .202. He's 0 for 1 as a pinch hitter. Swinging a comebacker to the mound. Brothers has it, flips to first, 2 gone in the Brewers' 8th. And Gene Segura, who's homered twice and has driven in 3 runs, is coming up. Tonight's attendance, 41,238. Segura homered in his first plate appearance and then his second. Here's the pitch. Bunt shown and taken for a strike. 0-1. Rutledge comes charging in. Now the set and the 0-1. Segura takes wide. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cardinals have lost tonight. Phillies win 5-1 in St. Louis. A.J. Burnett goes the route. Brewers lead at the moment 5 games over the Cardinals. The pitch low. And 2-1 to Segura. 2 outs, bases empty. Brewers have failed to score in only 1 inning. That was back in the 5th. Leading 12-10. Top of the 8th. Pitch from Brothers. And strike 2.
You know, you got a guy like Rex Brothers out there who really likes to dominate the outer half of the plate, and he's got that great changeup. Here's where you really, as a hitter, have to make a little bit of an adjustment up there, because you know he's not going to come in as much. He's going to pitch away, and you got to try to go the other way with the ball.
2-2, and it's outside. 3-2. Ricky Weeks out on deck. He would bat for Brandon Kinsler. Here's the set. The 3-2 pitch is swinging a foul. Tried to go to right field.
Yeah, a lot of times you get pitchers, especially a lefty pitcher to a right hand. You kind of say, well, I'm late in the ball game. The ball's been carrying well tonight. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to throw a strike on an inside part of plate. I'm going to make sure that I stay away and make those guys make an adjustment to me. And that's what you try to do as a pitcher. As a hitter, you have to make that adjustment, get a good pitch, a hit, drive the ball the opposite way.
3-2, a swing and a fly ball to right. Deep. Barnes back to the warning track. He'll make the catch. Inning is through. Brewers retired in order for the first time tonight. Bottom of the 8th coming up. Rockies setting up the top of the order. Blackman, Dickerson, and Tulowitzki. Brewers 12, Colorado 10.
Are you afraid you'll cause an avalanche when you open your closets? Has your garage become more about boxes and bikes than parts?
Plan required. ETF payoff up to $350 per line. Other restrictions apply. See store for details.
In-depth Brewers coverage from Greg Matzik and Jeff Falconio, the guys who know it best. Sports Central, weeknights at 6 on the home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ.
Bottom of the 8th inning coming up. Brewers leading the Rockies 12-10. Top of the order coming up. A couple of lefties due up against the left-hander, Will Smith.
The setup, man. He's making his 39th appearance. He's 1-0 with a 1.06 ERA. Last pitched on Wednesday in Arizona when he retired, the only batter he faced. He's got a good fastball in the mid-90s, got his breaking ball, and a devastating slider. When he gets ahead, he throws that ball down and in. Very, very tough to handle, Will Smith.
He has been very good against lefties who are hitting in the vicinity of about 120 against him. They have not had an extra base hit against him all year, and he has struck out almost half the lefties he's faced. Mark Reynolds will stay in the game and play first base. He pinch hit for Overbay. So Blackman and Dickerson are left-handed batters to start. Then Tulowitzki, who is very good against lefties, but not every lefty is Will Smith. And if it gets to Justin Morneau, another lefty to follow.
Well, you know what Will Smith is? He's an aggressive strike thrower. He showed that right from spring training. He comes out, gets strike one. He goes right after hitters, and then he's got that great breaking ball.
Charlie Blackman, 1 for 4. He doubled his last time. Here's the first pitch. And that's in for a strike on the outer edge. Blackman, a .280 hitter against lefties. Ramirez in even with the bag at third. Here's the 0-1. Swinging a foul back. 2 strikes.
First pitch, he threw a good fastball away, got his strike on the outside corner, and then came in to make him aware of that. He'll come in on him. Nice pitch up and in, a tough zone to hit for a left-hand hitter.
So Smith quickly ahead, 2 strikes. (12-10) Brewers lead here in the bottom of the 8th. 0-2 pitch. Swinging a tap foul. Well, both teams tonight, 0-2 has not mattered.
Tell you what, both teams have done a nice job of taking pitches and hitting the ball the other way and using the whole field. And I suppose you would have to say that when you look up on the scoreboard and see 31 hits and 22 runs.
0-2 from Smith again. Swinging a soft ground ball past the mound toward third. Ramirez gloves low and can't get the exchange. Blackman reaches. And the Rockies will bring the tying run to the plate here in the 8th.
Right there, just got a good breaking ball. He just was able to nub it off the end of the bat. Just in a perfect spot. Ramos came up, just couldn't handle it to make the throw.
And just out of Smith's reach off the mound, too. So here's Corey Dickerson, a left-handed batter. That's just the 6th hit by a lefty all year off Will Smith. Dickerson faced a lefty his last time up and hit a 2-run home run off Zach Duke. A low and in curveball, hit it into the right field upper deck. He's 4 for 4 tonight, hitting at .345. Lefty Smith comes set. And the first pitch, swing and a miss. Big rip. Strike 1. That fastball at 96 from Smith.
Reaching back for a little bit extra. Just show him that he'll throw that fastball up in the zone. What you want to do to left turn, you want to stay away from that zone down and in. But if you elevate it, that can be a very good pitch, and that's exactly where Will Smith threw it.
Dickerson hitting .273 in his brief chances against lefties. Tulowitzki is on deck. 12-10 Brewers lead in the 8th. Smith checks the runner Blackman and the pitch. And strike 2. Right on the outer edge.
Another good pitch. Go in, moving the ball in and out on left-handers. These guys have been swinging the bat, adjusting real well. What you want to do, you got to move the ball around. Will Smith, 2 good pitches to start with 2 good fastballs.
Two strikes to count. Blackman off first. Nobody out. 8th inning. Toss over to first. Blackman back. Reynolds puts a tag on him. No action in the Brewers' pen. Smith will face Tulowitzki. Smith has been good against both lefties and righties, but almost impossible for lefties. Facing one here in Dickerson, who has not been retired tonight. 0-2 from Smith. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. But down and away with a fastball at 95. Dickerson strikes out for out number 1.
I'll tell you, talk about great location on a pitch when you got a guy who's been really swinging the bat well tonight. This was it. Powder River, good fastball, outside corner, right on the black. You couldn't throw it in a better spot. Great pitch by Will Smith.
Now Lucroy will come out and have a word or two for Smith facing Troy Tulowitzki. 2 for 3 tonight. Single, double, and a walk. Brewers lead by 2. 12-10, bottom of the 8th. It's been so wild that now, getting to the late innings here, you have to realize this is a very close game. Rockies with 2 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th on 2-run home runs by Dickerson and Brandon Barnes. Now Tulowitzki, baseball's batting average leader. The pitch, and strike 1.
First pitch that Smith throws right there is a little bit of a cut fastball on the outside part, bringing it out over the plate to get ahead of Tulowitzki. Just give him a little bit different look. He's seen from the batters before coming up the plate. He saw the good fastball. There you throw a little bit of cutter to get a strike.
Blackman on at first, 1 out. 8th inning. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul right back. Fastball at 95. 2 strikes. Blackman with an infield single. Ball never left the infield grass. Smith recovered to strike out Dickerson. And now Tulowitzki. When the Brewers traded Norichika Aoki to Kansas City, they liked Smith's promise, but he has immediately been their go-to reliever. Not just lefties, but late in ball games. And I dare say he's been their best reliever, perhaps an all-star. Smith comes set ahead of Tulowitzki, 0-2. Here's the pitch. Down and in with a breaking ball, 1-2.
I think when they first got Will Smith, they were kind of undecided what they were going to do with him. And then he just came into spring training, and right from the get-go, in the past, he'd always start a few games, relieve some games, start some games. They said, you're going to be our reliever. And I'll tell you what, he's started right in spring training, setting a tone. Has pitched well all year.
Smith with an ERA hovering around 1. Trying to protect a 12-10 Brewers lead in the 8th. Blackman on at first, 1 out. 1-2 pitch. Runner goes. Swinging a ground ball foul up third. Blackman back to first. Still 1-2 to Tulowitzki.
You know, we talked about Tulowitzki being a great hitter, especially against left-hand pitchers. What you've seen Will Smith do so far is throw him a little cutter off the outside corner, a ball that comes back over the plate for a strike. Then a good fastball up in the zone. Then he throws him a good breakable down on the inside part. Then he changes speed on a curveball. So what he's done, he's shown him 4 straight pitches that have all been different, but yet in the strike zone.
Smith ahead, 1-2. Blackman not going, a toss over instead. He's back. Blackman with 12 steals. This crowd of 41,000 plus is thinned out a little, but many sticking around in this wild affair. Both teams have led. Brewers have led since the 3rd inning. Brewers led at one point. 11-6. Now it's 12-10. Brewers leading in the 8th. Not going, the pitch. Swing and a line drive into right, base hit. Braun is playing deep and right as he has all night. That'll cut some balls off from the gap. But Tulowitzki's ball drops in. He'll trade some doubles for a single here and there. That holds Blackman at second. Tying run on for the Rockies. Here comes Justin Morneau, who's driven in 5 runs tonight.
He made a nice pitch on ball, was up in his zone, but you know that's how good you look at Tulowitzki's having one of those years, swinging the bat very well, does good 2 strikes, does a very good job of waiting on the ball, getting the ball back in the hitting zone, keeps his hands in, drives the ball to right field for a base hit.
That pitch was at 97 miles an hour. 2 on with 1 out, left-handed batting Morneau. The pitch from the lefty Smith. Check swing on that slider in the dirt. No swing. Ball 1. Morneau with a 2-run double in the first inning, a 3-run home run in the second inning. He's 2 for 4. Blackman with good speed on at second, Tulowitzki on at first. He's the tying run in the 8th. 1 out. A set by Smith. And the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. And it's a ball and a strike. Tight slider.
Good breaking balls. 2 breaking balls when he's doing setting the tone with Morneau. Good fastball hitter. 2 pretty good breaking balls. And 1 just held up in time. That was a good pitch. He couldn't hold up.
Morneau is grounded into 3 double plays. Segura playing nearly up the middle. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball popped foul off to the left, and now 1-2. That one more of a looping slider.
Kind of a changeup. What he's pretty good at doing now is what he's done. I've seen his last several outings. He's been able to throw his hard slider, but then change speeds off of that, and it slows just that tempo down a little bit, makes the break just a little bit bigger.
He's thrown 2 balls and 13 strikes here in this inning, but there are 2 on with 1 out, and the 1-2 to Morneau. Swing and a soft fly ball foul. Still 1-2. Through that same pitch.
Steady diet of breaking balls he's thrown so far to Morneau, and Jonathan O'Croy just thought, well, we'll go out and check and just make sure that both are on the same page. I think that's what Jonathan does very well. Anytime you're undecided, not a bad idea. Just go out and chat and make sure you're both on the same page.
Well, no action in the Brewers' pen. A slew of righties to follow Morneau. But again, Smith has been good against both lefties and righties. Much better against lefties, though. Blackman on at second. Tulowitzki on at first. 1 out. 12-10 Brewers in the 8th. The lefty sets and delivers. Down low. Missed with a fastball. 2-2. That one at 97. William Rosario is on deck.
Just giving him something else to look at. You throw him 5 breaking balls in a row, come back with a fastball, just give him a different speed to look at.
Here's the 2-2 from Smith. Breaking ball hit on the ground to short. To his right, Segura will go to second and get the out there. Segura was playing nearly up the middle, had to range far to his right. They forced Tulowitzki 6-4 at second. Blackman moves to third. Morneau reaches on a fielder's choice. 2 outs in the 8th. And William Rosario, who is 3 for 4 tonight, is coming up.
You know, we've talked so much about how Segura can get into good throwing motion, how so quick he is with his footwork. Right there, that was a very tough play to go backhand the ball, come up and make a good throw to Scooter to get the force out. That was a nice play.
Tying run remains at first now with 2 away. Blackman at third. Here's Rosario. Couple of infield hits and a double. Infield is back with 2 outs. Reynolds holding on the runner at first. Outfield deep as well. And the first pitch. And a check swing, strike. First pitch fastball from Will Smith. And you can see Rosario taking a moment, stepping out of the box, thinking, what will Smith throw me next? Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a tap foul, 2 strikes.
You know, Joe, you just made a nice comment with Rosario, trying to figure out what the guy does. Are you looking zone? Are you looking pitch? Because the one thing that Will Smith has done, he's really used all his pitches and used it to good locations, throwing a couple pitches down, elevating the ball sometimes, using that breaking ball, different speeds. You have to make adjustments.
And in that time that he was a starting pitcher, it's not like he only developed 1 or 2 pitches. He's got so many different weapons at his disposal. 0-2. Breaking ball down and in. Almost hit Rosario's shoes. 1-2. A lot of times you see starters go into the bullpen and really do something.
And sometimes it's flip-flop. You go in that bullpen, each and every time you go out there, you have a certain way you have to approach a hitter, and sometimes that can really help you be a starting pitcher down the road. But for Will Smith, he's doing great just where he's at.
2 on, 2 out. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Hey, struck him out. Threw him a breaking ball down and in. Rosario strikes out, and the inning is over. Rockies with 2 hits. They strand 2. 9th inning coming up. Brewers looking to add to a 12-10 lead.
Hey there, your friendly neighborhood Quick Trip team member here. And today we've got a meet and greet with our very own Quick Trip.
Intersections or fixing dangerous hills and curves. Modern infrastructure helps save lives. So buckle up. Don't drink and drive.
This is your news, weather, and traffic station and the home of the Packers, Brewers, Badgers, and Bucks. News Radio 620 WTMJ, Milwaukee.
Wisconsin's radio station, 620 WTMJ.
9th inning coming up. Brewers leading Colorado 12-10. What a wild opener in this series. And the Rockies are going to come on and use their 6th pitcher tonight. Number 0 in your scorebook, Adam Ottavino.
Ottavino is a 6'5", 215-pound right-hander. He's making his 36th appearance. He's 0-2 with a 3.98 ERA. He's got a fastball, slider, and curve. And in 2012, he struck out 81 batters in just 79 innings.
And he's going to face Ricky Weeks to lead it off. He will pitch hit for Will Smith. Smith went an inning, 2 hits, no runs, no walks, and a strikeout. Paving the way for K-Rod, who is getting up in the Brewers bullpen. So Ottavino facing Ricky Weeks. Then Jeanette and Braun due up. Here in the top of the 9th. Brewers leading 12-10. And the pitch. There's strike 1 to Weeks. Ricky hitting at .272. He is 8 for 30 as a pinch hitter. .267 clip. Oh, 0-1. Swinging a foul off to the right. 2 strikes to Weeks. Brewers could use some Badger Mutual Insurance runs here.
Ottavino is a strike thrower. He's walked just 6 guys in 31 1/3 innings. So when you go up the plate, you know he's going to come right at you.
Now the set. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And struck out Weeks on a slider. That starts the 9th. First time all night one team has retired the other 7 times in a row. It seems like a lot.
In tonight's ball game.
Brewers have not gotten a hit or a base runner since Braun's run scoring double in the 7th. That brought in Scooter Jeanette, the batter here. He's 2 for 4. Lefty batter. The pitch and a strike in there. Bunted his way on. Led off the ball game with a double. Also walked today. 12-10 Brewers in the 9th. This would be a big opening win. Here's the 0-1. Swinging a fly ball to left. Dickerson back. He can't get it. It's over his head and it'll go over the wall for a ground rule double. Scooter Jeanette with his 3rd hit tonight. Another ball that turns on the Jets as it hits the Coors Field outfield.
Just what you want out of your leadoff hitter. He's done such a great job tonight of taking the ball, getting the pitch up over the plate, and driving the ball the other way.
It's almost comical to watch some of these outfielders. Dickerson, taking a path across thinking he's going to be able to cut that ball off. It ends up hopping over the wall.
Yeah, it's amazing the way the balls carry here. You know, it looked like that time he thought the ball was going to be in the gap. He made that direct cut over across the field, and it was over his head and bounced up into the stands for the double.
I know I keep mentioning it, but it seems like this is what baseball would be like on the moon. Jeanette on at second, 1 out. Here's Braun. He swings and fouls it back. Strike one. Braun 2 out of 5, a pair of doubles. That last double by Scooter Jeanette means another $50 to the MAC Fund, courtesy of West Bend, the Silver Lining. Brewers with 5 doubles tonight. Now the pitch. Swinging a ground ball hit hard through. Base hit in the left. Jeanette being waved home. Dickerson with the throw. It's offline, and Jeanette slides in safely. RBI single, Ryan Braun. Brewers lead 13-10. That's Eddie Cedar knowing his outfielder's arms. Dickerson does not throw particularly well, and that's the only reason he sent Jeanette.
And he understands that this is a big ballpark and you're playing just a little bit deeper. So if he gets that opportunity, he's going to take a chance, and that's exactly what Eddie did right there.
Now here's Jonathan Lucroy. Lucroy, back in 2013 on opening day, hit a walk-off sac fly against Ottavino. There goes Braun. Pitch is a ball. Thrown out to second. Braun steals second. The ball skids away from him, but Braun will stay there. You don't see a team trying to steal a base after scoring 13 runs very often, but this is a 3-run game in the ninth.
And you need everything you can get. And Ryan did a nice job, got a good jump, and beat that pretty easily.
Brewers with their 19th hit that ties a season high. Leading 13-10 in the ninth. Lucroy 1 for 4. He doubled in a run back of the first about 4 hours ago. Here's the 1-0 down low, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Brewers have scored in every inning but the 5th and 8th. Every Brewer started with a base hit except for Overbay. Even Estrada got in on the fun. Estrada gave up 7 runs in 5 2/3. He could win it. Here's the 2-0, and just a little high, 3-0. Carlos Gomez with 3 hits is on deck. 35 hits between these two clubs. And it ain't over yet. Top of the ninth. Brewers batting. 3-0 from Ottavino. Swinging a fly ball to left. Deep, but Dickerson is there. He'll make the catch. Braun cannot tag. And Lucroy flies out to deep left for the second out. Carlos Gomez coming up.
Ottavino right there got a pitch in on Jonathan. Made a nice swing on it, but just got the ball in on him a little bit.
And in this ballpark, 3-0 count. Okay. Gomez with 3 singles, 2 of which in the infield. He drove in a run back of the 4th. Braun leads from second. The pitch, wave and a miss on a slider down and away. Strike 1. 13-10. Brewers lead in the ninth. Rob Wooten has joined K-Rod in the Brewers bullpen. Brewers score another run. We'll probably see Wooten. Otherwise, K-Rod for a save op. The pitch, swinging a foul back. 2 strikes. Brewers getting an important Badger Mutual Insurance run on the RBI single by Braun. He stole second. He's standing there with 2 outs. Cardinals have lost tonight. Brewers have a chance to go to up 5.5 games. Here's the pitch. Outside, missing 1-2. The Brewers have been so good away from Miller Park. Not bad at home either. But the Brewers with the most road wins in baseball.
Yeah, doing the little things you have to do to win ball games.
They've done that about 15 times tonight. 1-2, swing and a miss. Gomez down on strikes. Rosario quickly throws down to first to complete the strikeout. And the inning is through. Brewers get an important run. Strand a man. Bottom of the ninth coming up. That bullpen door opens for K-Rod coming on to try to save it. 13-10 Brewers.
Hey, John Mercure here. Summer can be a tough time if you got kids. Little
badges? We don't need no stinking badges. Wrong. Campers without badges? What's next? Lakes with...
All season long, beat writer Tom Hardecourt goes all things Brewers at 8:15 Monday mornings on Brewers 360 on the home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ.
Here we go, bottom of the ninth inning, and K-Rod coming aboard for the Crew, who leads it 13-10.
Making his 37th appearance. He's 2-2 at a 2.23 ERA. Last appeared yesterday over in Arizona, where he earned his 23rd save, and he leads the majors. Fastball, curveball, slider, and a great changeup.
And needed just 11 pitches yesterday. There have been times this year where K-Rod has been overworked. This is not one of them. He's relatively fresh, getting some consistent work, but not too much. He'll face Brandon Barnes, Josh Rutledge, DJ LeMahieu. 6, 7, and 8 in the Rockies order. Barnes has homered tonight. He's 1 for 4. Then Rutledge 0 for 4. LeMahieu 1 for 4. K-Rod comes set. First pitch. And it's down low, ball 1. Brewers lead 13-10. 13 runs on 19 hits. No errors. For Colorado, 10 runs on 16 hits and no errors. Ramirez even with a bag at third. 1-0 from K-Rod. Swing and a miss. 1-1. At 91, he can still sneak the fastball by you.
Yeah, and he can locate it. You know, the big thing with K-Rod is being able to locate it. He knows how to elevate it, knows how to go in and out. And when he can get that pitch down in the low part of that strike zone, that makes his changeup all that much better.
Here's the set and the pitch. And strike 2. Got another fastball in there. 1-2. As a hitter, I can't imagine anybody often being able to guess what he's going to throw.
He does, because he throws anything at any time, and that's what makes him so good. You know, when he's younger, he's just a fastball slider, but now he's got a full complement of pitches.
Here's the set and a 1-2 pitch. Swinging a ground ball foul up third. Now the Giants have lost tonight. If the Brewers hang on and win, they'll have the best record in the National League. Here's the 1-2 again. And it's off speed down and away. Curve missing 2-2.
You know, Joe, you're talking about if the Brewers hold on tonight, they could have the best record in the National League. And when you think about going on the road for 15 out of 18 ball games and the way they have played, that's a real compliment to this Brewer ball club.
And the way that they've played on the road. The set and the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a foul tip. He struck him out. Barnes down on strikes for the 4th time tonight. 1 away in the Rockies' 9th.
Right, that came back and threw a changeup on the inner half. And Barnes couldn't hold up. Good pitch. See the ball fading down in the bottom part of the strike zone. That's when K-Rod is very effective. He can locate his pitches, then he's got that changeup to come back to.
Here's Josh Rutledge, 0 for 4, right-handed batter. 13-10 Brewers in the ninth. Here's the pitch. And it's low for ball one. Brewers on this big road swing, 15 of 18 on the road, Augie, and if they can win tonight, they go to 9-4.
It's pretty impressive on this ball club.
1-0 pitch. High, 2-0. Now the Rockies, if you're thinking, okay, who do they have on their bench? They have Michael McHenry, remember him with the Pirates?
Catcher.
Drew Stubbs, who's done pretty well this year, hitting nearly 300. And Charlie Culberson. Here's the 2-0. Swinging a fly ball, hit well to right, but playable. Braun is there. 2 outs in the ninth. And now the Rockies, their final out. DJ LeMahieu coming up. Brewers lead 13-10. K-Rod on to try to lock it down. 2 away. Brewers leading 13-10 in the ninth. Rockies down to their last strike. All these Brewers fans here in Colorado cheering. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 call. Froze him on the outer edge, and the ball game is over. K-Rod with his major league best 24th save wins it for the Brewers. Final tonight, Brewers 13, Colorado 10. Back in a moment on the Brewers Radio Network. Will Smith. Chris Davis hit his 13th, a 2-run home run off Bergman in the third. And for Colorado, Justin Morneau hit his 12th home run, a 3-run home run in the second inning off Marco Estrada. Corey Dickerson hit his 9th, a 2-run home run in the 6th inning off Zach Duke. Brandon Barnes hit his 3rd, a 2-run home run in the 7th inning off Brandon Kinsler. Winning pitcher is Marco Estrada. He goes to 6-4. The loss to Bergman, he's 0-2. K-Rod with his major league leading 24th save. Time of the game, 3 hours, 59 minutes. 41,238 in attendance here at Coors Field. And Augie, what do you got for our Chevrolet star of the game?
Well, first of all, Joe, I want to say you asked me to keep score for the game. I just want to find out who's going to have to read this thing after it's done. Wow, what a game to start here.
You have terrific penmanship, by the way.
Oh, my goodness. With all the runs scored, 11 pitchers, 23 runs, 35 hits. But I'm going to go to the pitching side, and I'm going to go with Will Smith. And I thought Will Smith came in that 8th inning, top of the order, who had done very well for Colorado all night and was able to get out and made some real big pitches to some real tough hitters. And I'm going to go with Will Smith.
And leave it up to a pitcher to name a pitcher in a 13-10 game for the player of the game. No, you're right. That if he breaks right there, this could be a different outcome. But the Brewers win it tonight, thanks in part to Will Smith, our Chevrolet star of the game. Chevrolet, official sponsor of the Brewers. Augie and I rejoin you tomorrow as the Brewers look to make their first series win in Colorado since 2005. We'll have the Marshfield Clinic pregame show for you at 2:35. First pitch at 3:10. Willie Peralta is going for the Crew. He'll pose the Rockies' Christian Friedrich. And thanks again to our producer engineer Shannon Scott. And for Jerry Augustine, my name is Joe Block, inviting you to stay tuned for the TravelWisconsin.com postgame show. Again, the final here tonight from Coors Field. Brewers 13, Rockies 10. So long and good night from Denver. This has been a presentation of the Brewers Radio